multiple turnovers today.
Yep.
Like Jordan Love can throw one interception, I think, and you're still going to be able to be fine. You're still going to be able to score points. So just avoid multiple turnovers today, and you're going to be able to move the football. Secondly, stop the run. This is a team that wants to run the football, especially a little bit colder. I mean, this is, Caleb Williams played okay last year in a pretty cold weather game at Lambeau Field to close out the season, a game that, unfortunately, the Bears won, first time that they beat Matt LaFleur. But they want to run the football. They're not happy with where their passing game is. Their best receiver, Odunze, is down for the game today. So they want to run the football, and they can run the football with success. Where this Packers defense has been able to stop the run, because their numbers against the run are very good. But teams that want to run it, that zone, outside zone, try to get to the edge, that's where this team has had success stopping the run. Think of Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit Lions, who the Packers have shut down twice this year.
Yeah.
And he's one of the most explosive running backs in the NFL because the Packers can match that type of athleticism with Quay Walker, with Edgerrin Cooper, with Micah Parsons. Like, they have that athleticism. What they don't have is those big boys up front that are going to prevent you from running in the A and B gaps. And that's what the Bears are going to try to attack today for the Packers. So they're going to have to sell out, throw an additional man, 8 guys in the box, and try the best they can to try to slow down DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monungai. Because if you do that, this should be a relatively easy game for the Packers because the Bears don't want to put the game in Caleb Williams' hands. So Jeff Hafley has to devise a plan that forces Caleb Williams to make some throws that he doesn't want to make today.
Yeah, you want to force the Bears to make Caleb Williams beat you because, Gabe, I'm pretty darn confident Caleb Williams can't beat the Packers today. It's as simple as that.
But again, that's going to be something easier said than done.
Yeah,
right? Like
for sure.
they weren't able to make some sort of adjustment against Rico Dowdle and the Carolina Panthers. They were able to run the football, shorten the game, shorten the possessions, and take advantage of some Packers mistakes. The New York Giants, for the most part, again, they didn't want Jameis Winston throwing the ball as much as he probably even threw it in that game, but they had success running at the Packers. Even the Minnesota Vikings, even though that game ended up getting away from Minnesota, in the first half, the Vikings had success running the football against the Packers. Despite the Packers being statistically a good run defense, teams still see a weakness that they want to try to exploit, and that's how they want to attack the Packers, is running the football, especially with, kind of with using their guards and center. And that's where the strength of this offensive line for the Chicago Bears lies. So they're not a team that wants to, like Detroit, get a guy to the edge. They want to run between the tackles and try to have success that way. So it's going to be a huge game. It's great that Quay Walker is back, but he's going to have one of his best games kind of manning the middle of the field if the Packers want to walk away with the victory and then being in first place in the North.
Exciting to get Quay Walker back defensively.
Yep.
Exciting to get Jayden Reed back offensively for the first time since
Presumably.
week 2. Presumably, we should say, yes. But was added back to the 53-man roster. Now, will he be active today is a different question.
I think he will be active because the Packers did not have to activate him. They had until next Friday because it's not a 3-week, it's a 21-day window.
Right.
So they activated him. The 21-day window would have expired this upcoming Friday. So, to me, you don't add him and release Malik Heath unless he's going to play today. So, yes, he's listed as questionable, which is the same injury status as Matthew Golden. I doubt Golden plays, but I do think that Jayden Reed is going to be back, which is exciting for the Packers. But, again, I think the Packers are going to try to run the football, I think, as well, because the Bears are 27th in the league in explosive run rate. So that's still something that the Packers are going to want to do right back is try to establish Josh Jacobs once again and then kind of get some of that play-action game. But with Jayden Reed coming back, that gives you back an element that you haven't had since you lost Tucker Kraft, and that's run after catch.
Bingo.
He's been the guy that's been able to kind of fill that role for the Packers over the last 2 years along with Tucker Kraft. So having that run after catch ability is going to be huge for this offense.
He is back, at least we assume, is Jayden Reed. For the Green Bay Packers, Quay Walker will play again, as mentioned, defensively as they try to slow down this hot running game of the Chicago Bears. It's Packers-Bears, the Packers 6.5-point favorites. Does that feel disrespectful to you at all?
I found it very interesting. It was very curious to me that that was the line for this game, just because the Bears were playing very good coming in.
They've won 9 of their last 10. They beat the Eagles last week.
They have the third longest winning streak in the NFL. They've been playing good football. Coming into it feels like to me Vegas, just like everybody else, wants to believe in the Packers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But
so do I.
The Packers are trying to do something they haven't done all year today. And that's win 4 in a row. Have not won 4 games in a row all season long. Longest win streak is 3.
Well, good opportunity for that. A good opportunity to go 4-0 in the division to start as well, as the Packers already have 2 more wins in the division than they had all of last season. At 3-0, they finished 1-5 in the North last year. Just 1 win over Chicago thanks to Carl Brooks' middle finger. Hopefully that is not the similar situation we get today, because it feels like, and we'll talk about this a little bit more coming up next game, but it feels like this team is starting to take the turn we've been waiting for. Right? It feels like they are playing their best football. Their most complete game was last week on Thanksgiving, and the second most complete game was the week before that against Minnesota for this team on both sides of the ball. But the offense seems to have its juju back since losing Tucker Kraft in early November. Now you add back in Jayden Reed. You see what Dontavian Wicks is able to do on Thanksgiving. Josh Jacobs is getting healthier again, we assume, but took a nasty hit in that Detroit game that kind of re-aggravated his thigh quadriceps injury. So we will see. But all in all, I feel very good about where this Packers team is at and where they're trending.
I guess the one thing I would be worried about, I heard John Anderson, who joins us for Green Bay Game Day on road games. So he will be with us next week. But when he joined Homer, as he does every Tuesday on the Homer Hour, he brought up Matt LaFleur seemingly kind of just gets paralyzed by decision when he has all of his weapons available. It seems that LaFleur has been better when the Packers are limited in their weapons. It kind of gives him a direction of how he wants to, this is how we're going to attack, instead of how do I feed all these mouths. So I'm a little concerned with Jayden Reed coming back that he's going to be stuck with some of that indecision, but hopefully he's found his mojo as well, because I think that was, to me, I know the second half of the Steelers game was really good for this team, and they had some good first half offensive performances earlier this season as well against Detroit and Washington. But that was as good of an offensive performance as the Packers have had all season long. And I have been a big proponent of, hey, you got to throw the football more. Mm-hmm. They were 50-50 split in that game. They ran the ball 30 times, right. They passed the ball 30 times, but it seemed like they were putting Jordan Love in better situations. They were trusting Jordan Love to push the ball down the field when necessary, and that can open up some things, because it was a really good, efficient game for Josh Jacobs on the ground as well. He's been, below 4 yards a carry almost all season long. He was almost at 5 yards per carry in the 17 that he had against Detroit. So I'm hoping finding that balance is going to help the Packers kind of open and unlock Josh Jacobs for this stretch run as well.
He is Gabe Neitzel. I'm Alex Strouf, hanging out with you live from the Tundra Trio in Green Bay, just over 3 hours away from kickoff. It is the Chicago Bears. It is the Green Bay Packers here at snowy, cold, chilly Lambeau Field. First game for both of these teams in the month of December. The winner today walks out of Lambeau Field in sole possession of first place of the NFC North. We continue to preview this one, as well as discuss, have the Packers seemingly turned the corner both offensively and defensively? We dive into that. Coming up next, Green Bay Game Day is presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, and it is on your radio, your TV, your phone, ESPN Wisconsin 620 WTMJ. Real quick, would like to tell you about our friends over at Bacardi. Green and Gold fans, it is game day. Kick off your tailgate with Bacardi, whether it's a Bacardi and Cola, a lime and soda, or a spiced and cola. Bacardi, your game day go-to. Grab a bottle at your local retailer. Live passionately, drink responsibly. Bacardi USA, Miami, Florida. Rum 40% alcohol by volume. More Green Bay Game Day right after this.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Day will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman, and when it comes to my home, I want a team that I can trust, and that's Lifetime Home Services. From cleaner air and radon safety to custom closets and electrical work, they do it all under one roof. What I'm most excited about right now is their epoxy floors. They make your garage clean, durable, and organized, with shelving and storage to get everything off the floor. For over 30 years, families have trusted Lifetime Home Services to make their homes safer and better looking. Trusted solution, lifetime results. Schedule today at lifetimehomeservices.com.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's the most wonderful time to bar crawl. Get ready for Milwaukee's 12th annual 12 Bars of Christmas on December 13th from noon to 5 p.m. 3 festive locations packed with holiday cheer. Your ticket includes a lanyard for food and drink specials, a holiday mug, and free entry at every stop, all while supporting Toys for Tots. Dust off your ugliest sweater, grab your friends, and join the city's biggest Christmas party. Tickets are limited, so don't wait. Head to 12bocwi.com to grab yours now. 21 plus only. Please drink responsibly.
The holidays are the perfect time to thank the people who make your business shine. At Alpha Custom Apparel, we help you create custom gifts and branded apparel that show true appreciation. Whether it's polished polos for your sales team, cozy quarter zips for employees, or thoughtful giveaways for your best clients. We make it easy with fast turnaround, creative options, and Midwest service you can count on. This season, give gifts that build pride and strengthen relationships long after the holidays are over. Visit alphacustomapparel.com and start your holiday gifting today.
On the actual day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a 12-pack of Lakefront, 11 Jims of Beaming, 10 Royals Crowning, 9 Johnny's Walking, 8 Wines of Sparkling, 7 Miller's Lighting, 6 Geese of Graying, 5 Chardonnays, 4 Spotted Cows, 3 Cabernets, 2 gift cards from just one trip to Discount Liquor.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. 'Tis the season to check out Discount Liquor's tremendous selection of over 2,000 varieties of beer, 3,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines from around the world. And yes, we do carry 8 varieties of ready-to-drink eggnog. Celebrate this most festive time with a great selection of beautifully packaged liquor gift sets, sure to make you the hit of the party or as a perfect gift for the liquor connoisseur on your shopping list. Discount Liquor, 2 locations in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Main and Barstow.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Hi guys, this is the Rocket Roger Clemens. You don't pitch in the majors for 24 years without feeling it later. Shoulders, elbows, knees. Trust me, pain doesn't retire when you do.
That's baseball legend Roger Clemens.
I tried the ice, I tried rest, PT, nothing really worked. When I heard about QC Kinetics, the concept sounded promising. Non-surgical regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself without surgery. Sign me up, just what I needed, real lasting relief.
Whether you're a former pro, a weekend golfer, or just want to walk around pain-free again, QC Kinetics uses cutting-edge technology and natural biologics to help restore and repair damaged tissue.
I trusted them with my joints. Now I'm back doing what I love.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
This is Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Green Bay Game Day is presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Green Bay Game Day with you on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, and, of course, 620 WTMJ. I'm Alex Strouf alongside Mr. Worldwide, Gabe Neitzel, as we get you ready for Bears and Packers, a 3:25 kickoff today at Lambeau Field. It's the first of 2 meetings between these two teams over the course of the next 13 days, Gabe. I don't remember a schedule ever breaking out this way, A, but B, having the implications this season series now has with both of these teams winning a lot of football games already as we enter the month of December.
Yeah, that's the weird part about this guy. I mean, we had talked about it when the schedule initially came out, Strouf, of, man, that's just kind of weird playing the Bears. You go all year. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say that. You play the Lions right away, and then so many non-conference games consecutively before you take on, you play 4 of your 6 games in a 5-week schedule in the division.
Yeah.
We knew this was going to be an important stretch, and the Packers have played some of their best football so far in this stretch, and you want to, hope that continues today inside Lambeau Field. And again, you're hoping that change that they've made along the offensive line, I feel it's one of the more underrated things that has happened with Anthony Belton taking over at right guard, Sean Ryan playing as well as he has at center.
Good point.
And Sean Ryan certainly has made mistakes, but to me, he's playing center better than what we saw from Elton Jenkins.
Yeah, I agree.
And I would be in favor of giving Sean Ryan some sort of extension to continue to play center. I don't want to go through this again next year. We're trying out a new center. It doesn't seem like Jacob Monk is very high on the Packers list of
it does not.
Guys they think that can take over that spot. It's why you're playing guys that have been typically guards in their NFL career at that center position. But it seems like Sean Ryan's made that adjustment. And I think that for an offensive line that wasn't necessary outside of Zach Tom and Elton Jenkins at left guard. But this was a top 5 offensive line in the NFL last year. And it all kind of started falling apart when, okay, we're gonna move Elton Jenkins to center. He's gonna be an all-pro there, guys, and it just didn't work. So when you find somebody that can play that center position, invest in it. Because I think the Packers might be in a better spot had Josh Myers been given the contract he was to be the starting center for the New York Jets, which did not cost them much.
$2 million. That's all it took for Josh Myers out there in the Big Apple, which that actually feels like low money to be living in New York. $2 million a year. That's neither here nor there. I'm curious on the Sean Ryan thing. You're the first person I've heard say that. Yep. But obviously this is a contract year for Sean Ryan. It's his 4th year in the NFL. So he is not under contract for next season. And yeah, you don't want to go through that issue again of whether that's drafting a center and hoping it works out or signing a center for cheap or elevating one of the guys on your roster right now like a Jacob Monk and just hoping, fingers crossed, it works out.
Well, because we're looking right now, Strouf, at a championship window that is open for the Green Bay Packers, right?
Indeed.
They decided. Yep. I feel like they decided to open that when they made the move for Micah Parsons, and now you don't have a first-round pick, which is fine. I am not complaining about that. Especially given how some of the trades went at the trade deadline,
yep.
I feel that Micah Parsons was cheap in what you were able to acquire him for. But because you had to trade away Kenny Clark, and I don't know if Kenny would have been on this roster next year anyway, as we saw with the Packers making a couple of moves this week at defensive tackle, that's also an area of need. So you're going to have to invest in that. Who knows what center could potentially be available to you. If you can get Sean Ryan on the cheap, and I don't think Sean Ryan is going to be that much more expensive than what we just saw Myers go for last offseason.
No, I don't either.
I think you just, we know you can handle the position. We like what we have. There's going to be some moving parts on that offensive line because I firmly believe that Morgan is going to be the starting left tackle next year.
Agreed. Yep, I agree with you there.
So instead of, compounding the issue and having more places that you have to replace, lock up Sean Ryan, and you basically have 4 of the 5 offensive linemen that are starting at the end of the year be starting next year, and that's not going to have to be a problem for you.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought. And to your initial point, it does seem like the running game has been able to get going these past couple of weeks with just the sheer size and beef in the interior offensive line now.
And some of that is Aaron Banks, who we've been harsh on. He's been playing better as well.
He's been playing better. Well, he's healthy, right? And he couldn't stay healthy at the beginning of the season. They couldn't keep him on the field. And when he was on the field, he was injuring himself again. And now he's been healthy and playing better football. And as you mentioned, Sean Ryan's been, all things considered, an upgrade at center. And they've stopped doing the switcheroo experiment at right guard, thankfully. And that's just been Anthony Belton this past week and going into this one against Chicago. So all good news there. And Josh Jacobs has been running more effectively than he was early on in the season. Still a very good running back, all things considered. But it's hard to be great when you're averaging 3.5 yards a carry.
Well, but
that's what was happening early on this season.
It's hard to average. I mean, no matter who it is, if it's Chewy, Tausch, Balaga, any of the former Packers that we have here on ESPN Milwaukee, it's a situation where it's hard to be a really good running back if you want to get to the 4 yards per carry. If you're getting hit at or behind the line of scrimmage all the time.
Yeah,
and
true.
And so
Very
many
true.
yards are coming after contact, right? It's a hard thing to maintain.
Totally.
And Josh Jacobs, as talented of a runner as he is, was getting hit at or behind the line of scrimmage way too often.
Yeah, and that's happening less now, which is an improvement. So we will see on that. Jordan Love has been terrific this season. There's really no other way to put it. He's been really, really good. Hasn't thrown an interception.
Has he been terrific?
Yes.
I'm not there yet.
Where are you?
I think he's been really good.
So you're not on the Josh DiMaggio train that he should be the MVP frontrunner?
No, because I mean, he can certainly, I think, work his way into the MVP
can play into it for sure
conversation, but he has to play consistently down the stretch, which has been the big issue for him. And I know,
but I would argue he's been consistent this year. He's obviously had a couple of games where maybe he doesn't throw a touchdown pass, but it's not like he's throwing inaccurate balls. I feel like his accuracy has improved this year.
He did not play well against Carolina.
No. he didn't.
Right? I mean, and
bad interception, but Tucker Kraft goes down. I think everybody in that offense struggled after that injury.
You got to be better. I mean,
I don't disagree.
Teams deal with injuries.
I'm not disagreeing.
I think he's been playing. He's been playing better in this stretch. He's been playing better. I think. Obviously, had the great game on Thanksgiving. I'm not quite there yet, especially the way that teams have played. But if the Packers, given how difficult their schedule is down the stretch and how many meaningful games they're going to play and how many standalone games, like this is a nationally televised game on Fox. You're going to have the A crew. You've got Burkhardt, you got Brady. And if he goes out there and plays well today, if he goes into Denver and plays well, if he goes then to Chicago, another standalone game, plays well, Baltimore plays well, he's going to have an opportunity. The problem is he's playing from so far behind. When Drake May comes out, he's got a couple of tough games. Drake May could have this thing wrapped up in 3 weeks.
Yep.
If he plays well, because that's how good they've been, and he's got to chase down Matthew Stafford a little bit, and I'm not there. I'm not saying he should be the MVP front runner. I thought his odds should have been higher than Dak's, and now Dak has disappeared from that conversation, because when the week started, Dak Prescott was third in MVP odds, Jordan Love was fourth. But I mean, Jordan's been really good. I don't think he's been terrific yet, but he certainly still can earn that terrific by playing as well as he has down the stretch, because these are the money games. Mm-hmm. Right now, you are a wild card team. If you're a wild card team, I don't know if you've had a quarter. I mean, given the talent that the Packers have on this roster, I probably can't say that you've been a tremendous quarterback, right? Like I look at Buffalo. Like Josh Allen's not in the MVP conversation. He's been tremendous. That roster has a lot of deficiencies, and they need him to go out there and play like Superman. Packers, they don't need Jordan Love to play like Superman, which is a good thing in a testament to their roster.
They'll allow him to play like Superman.
Yeah,
they'll allow him to do it, but it's not. You're right. It's not necessary to win.
Because
given how they're constructed.
Think about the Minnesota game.
Yep.
Like they didn't need Jordan Love.
No.
Which again was a
But again, I look at that as a good game for him. Even though the statistics weren't out of this world, I thought they they the offense they needed to walk out of there with a convincing victory over Minnesota.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that's a bad game, because again, they took the ball out of his hands because he was dealing with a separated left shoulder that was bothering him to the point where he had to backhanded handoff balls as he's trying to get the ball to the running backs, but. No, he's been really good, and he's taken a huge step forward in my mind in his development. But to enter the MVP conversation and truly be the MVP, you got to be the guy you were on Thanksgiving for the next 5 weeks.
I'm not ruling it out. Toyotathon's real, Gabriel. It's real.
The problem with Toyotathon is it ends in week 17.
No, it ends in week wild card weekend. It's January 15th, I think.
Is it?
Yeah,
I thought it was the last game of the regular season.
Okay, I'm not going to debate a car dealership's
especially when they're not
holiday special and when it ends or when it doesn't end with you. I'm done with this argument. It was an enjoyable one, though. It's an enjoyable one. He's Gabe Neitzel. I'm Alex Strouf hanging out with you. We are live at the Tundra Trio just outside of Lambeau Field, inside the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studios. We get you ready for Packers-Bears kickoff just under 3 hours from now. Hey, Brats, Coolers, friends, you've got it all but rolling into the tailgate with the clean car. That the real MVP move. Keep it spotless with the Tsunami Express Car Wash membership. 13 locations and growing in the southeast Wisconsin area. It's easy to swing through on your way to the action. Tsunami Express, wash, chill, repeat. We go inside Lambeau Field. Coming up next is ESPN NFL Nation reporter covering the Packers, Rob Demovsky, the bold, the bald, the beautiful, joins us. Coming up next, Rob is next on Green Bay Game Day.
We're back with Green Bay Game Day after this on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch, and I've got the perfect gift idea for you. A holiday design gift box filled with all your favorite Kringle flavors from Racine Danish Kringles. No wrapping, no stress, just pure holiday joy. My family and I love it when the Kringle box from Racine Danish Kringles arrives at our house, and you can have it happen too. Go to Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH to order today. Racine Danish Kringles is the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin. Racine Danish Kringles, it's not just a treat, it's a tradition. Visit Kringle.com.
A blizzard of $300,000 in prizes is rolling into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. It's Arctic Action. 1 in, Step 1. Earn entries with your rewards card December 1st through the 18th. Step 2. Show up for Thursday drawings. Step 3. Be ready for a chance to pick from a weekly prize board. As a bonus, there'll be a jackpot drawing for the leftover prizes. Arctic Action. Only only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
People say buying a home in winter is tough.
But fewer buyers means less competition, and motivated sellers can mean better opportunities.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. When the perfect home appears, our team at Tony Wendorf & Associates helps you move fast, even during the snow.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service by simply searching online Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Progressive has great customer service, and it's easy to reach us because great and easy is the way to be. Like salads. Great for you, and so easy you can put any group of veggies in a bowl and it's a salad. A full carrot with a head of cabbage? Weird, but still a salad. One radish and a couple of green beans? Also a salad. 14 blueberries, half an onion, and a sunchoke? Odd, yes, but an odd salad. So contact Progressive's customer service by phone, app, or online. It's great and easy, just like salad. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Homer here for Window Nation's end of the year sale. It's cold here in Milwaukee, and if you've been thinking about new windows, it's good you waited, because during Window Nation's end of the year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years. On windows that stop the cold wintry drafts, seal out moisture, and so energy efficient, you'll save money on your utility bills. Installed in 1 day. Lifetime warranty and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale ends soon. Don't miss out on big savings. WindowNation.com to get started.
Experience the excellence of Catholic Memorial High School for yourself. Come see how students gain a competitive edge at CMH. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule a VIP tour or student shadow day. Meet the inspiring teachers, welcoming students, and feel the energy of the CMH culture, where all students achieve more than they ever imagined possible. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule your visit. That's CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School in Waukesha, where you rise.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Alex Strouf, Gabe Neitzel with you just outside of Lambeau Field, a chilly Lambeau Field on this December 7th as the Packers and Bears go toe-to-toe at Lambeau later this afternoon. Winner will walk out in sole possession of first place of the NFC North. And joining us, he is first place in my mind. He is the bold, he is the bald, he is the beautiful. He is ESPN NFL Nation reporter Rob Demovsky. Rob, good afternoon, sir.
Alex, how are you, my friend?
Life is good, buddy. I'm not too cold. I'm wearing 3 pairs of pants. I'm wearing 3 pairs of socks. So all in all things considered, I am good.
So did you have to go buy 3 different sizes so that they'll fit over one another?
Ooh, good question.
That is a good question. So I am wearing my what I would refer to as schmedium sweatpants on the bottom layer. I am wearing a looser pair over that, and then I'm wearing jeans on top of that, and I have stretchy jeans. Really good on Thanksgiving, and apparently today for Packers Bears. So that's the answer on the pants. Yeah, socks, same size. The both pairs of Packer socks. So there you go. There's their fashion update with fashionista Alex Strouf. Give us an injury update. Jayden Reed activated yesterday. Will he go? What will the snap count be for him if there is one? Break it down for us. Is Jayden Reed likely to make his return for the first time since week 2?
Yeah, he's expected to play, and they talked about just what he has in the slot and pre-snap motion that maybe they didn't have. I asked Adam Stenovich, the offensive coordinator, this week. I said, was there literally a portion of the play sheet or the playbook that you guys couldn't use since Jayden Reed went out? And he said, yes, there is. So they have more at their disposal, with Jayden Reed back. I do think it'll be a limited, 25 snap kind of thing. I think that was what it was supposed to be with Christian Watson when he came back. I think they said 20 to 25 snaps, and he ended up playing more than that in his debut. And depending on how Reed is and feels, maybe he could go over that just a little bit. Matthew Golden, I'm not so sure about. He was questionable this week, and it didn't sound like, reading into Matt LaFleur's, this dictionary of how he talks about guys, it's we'll give him a chance kind of a thing, and so I'd be less optimistic that he's up. Although they did cut Malik Heath, so maybe they're anticipating Golden plays.
How much do you expect to see the 2 new defensive tackles that they signed? Because it's not like they've been here for that long, but certainly they could use help in that interior. They're lacking beef and really have all season long at the defensive tackle position, but there's no Devontae Wyatt anymore.
No, I don't. That's a good question, Gabe. I don't think the waiver claim that they picked up yesterday, I don't think he'll play. I do think Jordan Riley will play. He spent the whole week here. He'll wear number 97. It looks weird seeing somebody that's not Kenny Clark wearing 97. Like at practice when he showed up and they hadn't announced the move, I was like, who in the heck is wearing 97 out there? But I think Jordan Riley will play and will help them on first and second down, and hopefully they can give them a little bit because, they're not going to have 6 active on game day anyway. They'll have 5 defensive tackles, so it'll be Riley, then of course Brinson, Stackhouse as the primary backups to Carl Brooks and Colby Wooden.
Rob, I got to give you some credit here on Green Bay Game Day as Rob Demovsky joined us. Rob, I think you are really good at your job. I'm a huge fan of all the work you do, and you are incredibly.
Is there a butt coming?
There's
here?
not a butt.
Yeah, okay, all right. I was worried for you there, Rob.
No.
He was going to butter you up, and then something else was going to happen.
A sincere compliment to Rob Demovsky on being good at his job because he is thorough. And he is persistent. Rob, over under 9.5 people you asked this week about Ben Johnson's comments from his introductory press conference about Matt LaFleur. Over under 9.5 people you asked.
I'm counting. Hold on.
Carry the one.
I think it's over.
I do too.
I didn't quote them all. We did. Courtney Cronin and I, our Bears reporter at ESPN, combined on a story just about that whole dynamic. And since I am good at, you say I'm good at my job, I'll toot my own horn. I thought it turned out pretty well. Courtney got the Bears side of it. I got the Packers side of it. I would say there were some people I talked to off the record just to get a little bit of a tone on how big of a thing this really is. And I came away with this conclusion. It's not much of a big deal to anybody other than like 10 people, and those are the members of Matt LaFleur's coaching staff, and that includes or should include Jeff Hafley, because if you think about it, Ben Johnson was the offensive coordinator in Detroit. Yeah. He was really going up against Jeff Hafley last year, beating him twice, and Hafley kind of had a little no comment on it, and he just said, we'll let those 2 guys decide it on Sunday, meaning the 2 head coaches.
Well, you bring up Jeff Hafley, so what is he going to have up his sleeve to try to slow down this prolific running attack for the Chicago Bears, number 2 in the league in rushing yards?
Right, and I think I heard this on the ESPN pregame show this morning on television, that if you throw out the first 2 weeks, the Bears have like the number 1 rushing offense in the entire league, if I'm not mistaken. Wow. So, it's going to be a challenge, and the weather certainly would favor a run-heavy game, right? I mean, like it's cold, although it's not super windy from the 10 seconds that I walked down through the tunnel and out on the field just to say I was out there for 10 seconds. It didn't seem overly
soft
windy.
on us. I figured you'd spend more time out there.
It didn't seem overly windy, so maybe the weather won't be as big of a factor in the passing game. But I do think that the conditions probably favor a running game, and that favors the Bears.
He doesn't have a couple of pair of sweatpants on like you, Strouf. So
should have come prepared.
No, I went for style over functionality.
I can't wait to see what he's wearing on ESPN later. I'm very much looking forward to that.
I'm wearing a dress shirt, a sport coat, and jeans. So nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fashionista Rob Demovsky. He said it. He said it, not me. Rob is with us here on Green Bay Game Day, which is presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Alex Strouf, Gabe Neitzel hanging out with you.
Rob, how much would the Packers benefit, do you think, if Matt LaFleur adapted the aggressive mindset that he had Detroit for the rest of the regular season? Because it seemed like it was a point of emphasis. They knew they had to be aggressive because Detroit's aggressive, and he wanted to meet that. And you heard Jordan Love talk about it. You heard LaFleur after the game talk about it, and it was clearly a point of emphasis last week. Do you think the Packers' offense would benefit from having that aggressive mindset for the rest of the year?
I do, and I think we've seen it before, Gabe. We've seen it in the last half of the last two seasons when they've sort of, let it rip, so to speak, to use one of Matt LaFleur's past sayings. But you have to be careful, especially against a team like Chicago that's taking the ball away at a high rate, and much higher than the Packers are taking it away. But you got to trust your quarterback at some point, and I do think that they should trust him, and until you can't trust him, right? Like, trust him until you can't trust him. So they've got the weapons back. They've got Christian Watson playing maybe some of his best football. So why not let it rip?
Why not let it rip, indeed. Rob, how fun has this week been for you? Because it's been 12 years since these two teams played a meaningful football game in the month of December. You've covered this rivalry for obviously decades, as long as you've been covering the Packers. Yeah. But this is the first time in over a decade this is a meaningful game in the month of December.
Yeah, it's also, I think we maybe talked about this on one of the other shows during the week. It's also the first time that both teams have been 5 games over 500 and met this late in the season since 1932.
Whoa!
So, that's a long time ago. Homer was, probably just getting his radio career started. Here's the other thing, too. Though. It's not just important in this rivalry. There's 3 games this week in the NFL that are basically for first place. There's 2 in the AFC. It's the Colts and Jaguars, and the Steelers and Ravens, and then this one. So I asked our research department, and they actually had to go to Elias Sports Bureau about, when teams are leading the division after this week, which is week 14, what's the rate of success in terms of going on to win it. And since 2002, that's when the NFL went to the current 8-division format. 87% of the teams that were leading the division after week 14 went on to win that division. Now, I realize some of those years only had 16 games. There's the 17th game was added in 2020 or 21, I think. So 21. Maybe the data is a little bit different when you add a 17th game, but 139 of 159 teams that were leading the division after week 14 went on to win.
Fascinating stuff, as always, from Rob Demovsky. Rob, first place Pack when we talk to you tomorrow?
I think they win this week and probably don't win in Chicago. I think the easy cop-out is to say they'll split with each team winning at home, but that's the way I'll go.
Okay, I'll allow it. We'll see if you change your mind in 13 days when we talk to you ahead of that game on the 20th. Very weird, quirky scheduling this year as 2 games in 13 days. Rob, enjoy your fashion. Enjoy the warmth of the press box, and we will talk to you later this week on ESPN Wisconsin. Thanks, buddy.
All right, guys, stay warm.
The great Rob Demovsky, ESPN NFL Nation reporter, recovering the Packers. We go to sunny California coming up next.
Ooh.
As we've been ditched again by, I think he might be Mr. Worldwide, actually, instead of you.
The only time he misses a Packer game is if he's got plans to be out of the country. I know he's not quite out of the country yet, but he is going to be, and that's the only reason that our guy... And we'll talk to him. He was trying to figure out a way to somehow go to the game and still go to Mexico.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
he loves the Packers, and Packers-Bears, first place on the line. Scafidi didn't want to miss it, but, well, he did.
He did, but he will still join us coming up next, live from Los Angeles, ahead of his adventure to Mexico. We are here at the Tundra Trio tailgate, and you know it wouldn't be Wisconsin football without brats on the grill and my friends Coops Mustard on top. Coops, part of my game day tradition, should be part of your game day tradition. From classic yellow to spicy brand to jalapeno to Arizona heat, Coops is the best. Wisconsin made, and it is delicious. Coops Mustard, they bring the flavor, spreading the love since 1897. Steve Scafidi is next on Green Bay Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
More Green Bay Game Day coming up on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
This season, give gifts that are always a win. Island Resort and Casino gift cards, gaming and dining, poolside fun and overnight stays. Gift cards unlock endless island adventures, like championship golf rounds on Sweetgrass and Sage Run, a blissful escape to the Drift Spa, and an unforgettable evening in the Island Showroom. To buy Island Resort and Casino gift cards, stop by the Island Club or call 877-ISL-SHOW now.
Game day in Green Bay means friends, food, football, and fun. But first, make sure your ride looks the part. Whether you're rolling up to the tailgate, headed to the watch party, or just cruising around town, a clean car sets the tone for victory. At Tsunami Express Car Wash, you'll get a fast, premium shine every time. Plus free vacuums and detailing tools keep things looking spotless inside and out. With 13 locations and growing across Wisconsin, it's easy to swing through your way to the action. Kick off game day the right way. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
Hey, it's John McGivern here. You know I love Network Health. One of the reasons is that they're local and they understand how important that is. Their exceptional customer service isn't just words on a page. It's what they do. It's what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods. Now through Wednesday, save on 7 to 16 ounce selected varieties Barilla pasta, 2 for $3. 15 to 16 ounce selected varieties Bush's variety beans, 4 for $5. 1 pound selected varieties Land O'Lakes butter, $4.99. 12 to 40 count selected varieties Hefty One storage or freezer bags, $3.99.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
That's too over the top. Try this. Win free groceries from Century Foods.
Win free groceries from Century Foods.
Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by December 31st.
Homer here from ESPN Milwaukee. What makes living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Dave.
The campus is beautiful. For me, nature is my church, and I love being outside. We live by the Bark River, and it's calming. It just calms my soul. I just love it. A lot of the people, I'm talking about 100-year-old people, 90 years old, say they credit Three Pillars with living longer.
Progressive presents a testimonial of sorts.
Hey, slow down! Oh yeah? Well, you drive like my grandma. She's a very attentive and courteous driver who wears a seatbelt and always uses her turn signals. She's also a talented painter and has very low cholesterol. Not that that has anything to do with her drive. We just thought a more complete picture of who she is might be interesting. Anyway, have a nice day.
Safe driver? Get Snapshot from Progressive and get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
Macy's Herald Square is the holiday destination because the season's most iconic shopping and sightseeing are here. First, Macy's Holiday Square is back. Come in and discover a winter wonderland filled with delicious bites and one-of-a-kind gifts from over 30 specialty vendors. And Santa is here. Book your visit to our iconic Santaland today and be a part of New York's timeless holiday tradition. There's so much to discover at Macy's Herald Square on 34th and Broadway.
This is Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Green Bay Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, continues live from the Tundra Trio just outside of a snowy, chilly Lambeau Field as first-place football will be played there today. The 9-3 Chicago Bears, the 8-3-1 Green Bay Packers. The first time in 12 years these two have played a meaningful football game in the month of December. Something on the line for both of these teams today, as the winner will walk out in first place of the NFC North. And joining us from not snowy Green Bay, rather sunny California, is our buddy Steve Scafidi, the host of Point Taken 10 to noon on 620 WTMJ, as well as our co-host here on Green Bay Game Day, typically for home games, but he's choosing to go on a vacation. Again, Steve, hello, good morning, good afternoon.
Hey, good morning, guys, and happy birthday, Alex Strouf.
Thank you very much, Steve. Appreciate that. What's the story here? Were you going to try to go to the game and then also try to go to Mexico?
Yeah, we had our weekend timing a little off. We actually were supposed to go to the game, and then we realized that with travel as crazy as it was a month ago, we just didn't want to risk getting there right when we're getting on a boat and going down the Pacific coast here. So we decided to miss the game, and here I am on the phone doing the same thing, basically.
Not much has changed.
How nervous are you as a Packers fan for this game? I mean, it seems like as a team, the Packers have been trying to make these steps, get up over the hump. Gotten over the hump this year, at least, in terms of the team that's won the division the last 2 years with the Detroit Lions. And now it's the Chicago Bears who have first place in their grasp and first place on the line inside Lambeau Field.
Yeah, actually less nervous than I thought it'd be. I'll be a lot more nervous if they don't do what they're supposed to do, which is win this home game and beat the Bears. And, every Bears game has its own significance, whether it was last year when the Packers basically handed them a victory at Lambeau Field at the end of the season there. They all matter, so these are special games. I know that we've dominated, whatever it is, 26-4 over the last few decades, but these always matter. If nothing else, for all my friends who are Bears fans, including family members, I want to hold it over them. I want them to be shaky and miserable at the end of this afternoon so that we can all keep that mojo going.
Steve Scafidi joining us on Green Bay Game Day, which is presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Steve, live from California. Me and Gabe fighting out the cold here in Green Bay. I feel like you'd be complaining about the weather today, Steve. Inaccurate?
Yeah, because I don't like the cold anymore. So, again, one of the reasons I'm in L.A. when I could be in Wisconsin is I don't like the cold, and I understand it snowed yesterday, which I also don't like anymore. So people know I sit inside for these games, so I'm not roughing it by any stretch of the imagination. So even if I'm doing the game day, which I do miss game day, I do miss doing the show with you guys. That's a treat every time we have a Packers home game. So I don't like to miss those, but to be honest, I get out of the cold and I go warm up, and I'm basically got a T-shirt on inside the club section of 480 club section of Lambeau Field. So
sounds like a rough life. Yeah, sounds like a rough life. What's
Absolutely.
exciting you most about this Packers team right now is they've won 3 in a row and are 3-0 in NFC North play.
Yeah, Jordan Love finding his way, right? So much conversation, and that's what sports is. It's not just what happens on the field; it's everything that's talked about. And a lot of that sort of mid-season, and what is Jordan Love? Is he as good as everybody says he is? And then to put together that magic game on Thanksgiving, and then facing this game today at home, the crowd's going to be crazy. We'll see what the Bears-Packers shakeout is when it comes to fans attending the game. But I think he's ready for that. So when I think about this game today, it's just keeping that momentum going. We got some really big games between now and the end of the season, and I want them to hit their stride. And if that's what Thursday, Thanksgiving Day showed us, I'm very optimistic. That's what I want to see today. I want to see the defense play as well as they played all season. But I want Jordan Love with some of his guys back to really, really demonstrate why he's better than most.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to be the biggest key for the Packers today in order to do what you think they're going to do, and that's beat the Chicago Bears and walk out in first place in the NFC North?
It's really simple to me. One, you got to shake up Caleb Williams a little bit, but two, the Packers offensive line has to give Josh Jacobs some room to run, some lanes to cut through, and they have to give Jordan Love time to find somebody like Jaden Reed, who's now back. He was the Packers' best receiver over the last 2 years, can score touchdowns, game changer. He's that guy that can hit his stride as well, even though he's been gone for so long. Christian Watson, keep doing what you're doing. Tight ends, show up. I think we have a lot to be excited about, But again, they have to do it. And as you know, you guys have been in enough games. Cold changes things. And whether we can see the passing game like we saw in Detroit on Thanksgiving, or we have to have a run-heavy approach, I just want Matt LaFleur also to be at his best. And don't dial anything down because you think you can't do it. Let the conditions and the players you have on your team show you what they can do. That's what I'm looking for.
I mean, I am really curious because we haven't seen Jordan Love in too many of these cold weather games. It was cold last year for that Bears game, and then he ends up suffering that elbow injury, and the Packers decided that, they took the high side of caution and decided, hey, we've got a playoff game next week. Let's not really try to push him. So Malik Willis ends up finishing the game. Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre could handle the cold weather, and Aaron specifically said as long as it's not windy, he didn't think the cold was something that was going to hold him back from throwing the football. So I'm really curious to see if that's something that Jordan handles as well as the two predecessors did.
Yeah, it's a great question, and obviously we're going to find out today. You can also look to Matt LaFleur's record in these December games, and it's very good at home.
Really good.
Sure is, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that should be part of this as well. But look, if Jordan can do 90%, 80% of what he did on Thanksgiving, we should be good. But here's the thing. The defense also has to be spectacular today because we've seen Caleb Williams be really good on occasion, not consistent. And if you want to ask questions about consistency, you probably should point to him. But you guys were talking, I think it was Monday's show or Tuesday's show, one of the shows on ESPN 94.5, about the Bears and how they're number one in takeaways. But other than that, their defensive numbers absolutely stink.
Yep.
I want to see that today. So you protect the ball as a Green Bay Packer organization and a team. Make that defense play, and if you do that, we should have good results.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. They have a plus 17 turnover differential, but are still one of the worst defenses in the league.
25th in points.
I don't
They're still giving up
get
points.
It doesn't make a lot of sense given just the sheer amount of turnovers that they have
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't the Packers one of the best teams at keeping the ball and not turning it over?
They are number one in turnovers for the offense. So they are the best team at keeping and holding on to the football in the league this year.
So be consistent today. You should have no problems.
All right, a couple more things for Steve Scafidi here on Green Bay Game Day before we let him get back to vacation mode. And that is going to be a premature network health hero of the game. Steve, you've been nailing these every week, I feel like, so I had to give you the opportunity to pick your hero of the game for Packers-Bears.
Yeah, I was going to go Jaden Reed, but I'm going to go traditional cold weather game. I'm going to go Josh Jacobs. He's got to be that hero today. He's got to pound it out. Maybe not 100 yards, but 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think he's going to be a great physical player today. And if he can do that, you'll see maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns by some of the receivers. Maybe Jaden Reed gets back in the game. Christian Watson's been unbelievable. That's what I would expect.
I love that. Josh Jacobs pick.
I'm going with Quay Walker in terms of who that hero is for me. I think the Packers, with their lack of depth, and they go out and sign a couple of defensive tackles over the course of this past week. So the middle of that defense, I think, to slow down the run game has to be shored up. But I think that starts with Quay Walker being able to navigate some traffic and making sure, yes, he's making tackles, but he's making them closer to the line of scrimmage instead of 4, 5, 6 yards down the field.
Mine's very simple. His name's Micah Parsons. Enough said. That's where I need a hero, presented by Network Health. Network Health honored to serve many veteran members, and they're also proud to count veterans among their employees because they're based right here in Wisconsin. They are able to develop health plans specifically with their veterans in mind. Network Health. All right, final score prediction, Steve Scafidi.
All right, I saw Smalls on Sportsman pick the Packers 27-10. I'm going 27-17. Bears can score. Well, I'd be comfortable with a 10-point victory as a 6.5 or 7-point favorite. So that would be my prediction.
I love it. I love it from Steve Scafidi. Steve, enjoy Mexico. Put those feet in the sand, have a few, and enjoy the trip. We'll talk to you in a couple of weeks when the Packers are back here.
All right, get us a win.
Going to do our best. I'm going to
do my part. I'm going to do my part. You do your part.
Which is what, doing more radio?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay,
yeah, that's correct.
Yeah,
uh-huh.
That's your part. I'm gonna yell a lot.
All right.
That's my part.
That's doing your part.
And somebody who doesn't like when I yell is Jason Wilde, the 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year. And the Jason Wilde Hour starts in just a couple of minutes right here on Green Bay Game Day.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Day will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
At every meeting, at every new beginning, at every celebration, we make better happen. At Cousin Subs, better is more than just a word. It's a promise we serve at every party. Our customizable party boxes, box lunches, party chips, and dozen cookie boxes offer the options you need to please any crowd. Whatever the occasion, we will never settle for being just good enough. Order on our mobile app or online at cousinsubs.com. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I've got you covered. Hey, it's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee. With holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust Accutrans Group to handle all my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or a festive celebration, Accutrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to Bucks legend Michael Redd. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
Crisp air, cozy sweaters, and a home that's actually ready for fall. Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Don't let your home be the only thing falling apart this season. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. Exterior Pros and Baths, because your house deserves a little sweater weather too.
Kringle, all I want for Christmas is you.
Dad!
What?
We talked about this. Yeah, your jingle for your Kringle entry last year was so lame that Racine Danish Kringle banned you from their contest.
I thought it was only a one holiday season ban.
It was a lifetime ban.
Well, I guess I'm out, but here's how you can enter our ESPN Wisconsin Racine Danish Kringle Jingle for Your Kringle contest on Wilde and Tausch. Submit your own original jingle to ESPNWisconsinContest.com. Then we'll pick the most creative songs, and our grand prize winner will get Kringle for a year. Make sure you include Racine Danish Kringle. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition in your jingle. If you don't want to sing, but you still want to celebrate the holidays with Racine Danish Kringle, call 800-4DANISH or visit Kringle.com and order their all-new flavor, Peppermint Brownie Kringle.
Racine Danish Kringle, such a tasty, yummy treat. With a flaky crust and sweet icing, it's the best thing you can eat.
Oh, like that's so much better than mine.
Well, at least we're not off-key.
This is Brian Balaga. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN.
94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Rivalry. Competition for the same objective or for superiority in the same field.
When it comes to superiority, the Green Bay Packers lead the Chicago Bears in the NFL's oldest rivalry that dates back over 100 years.
Programs here, the NFL's oldest rivalry, the Packers and Bears.
108 wins, 96 losses, and 6 ties.
Lombardi, Hallis,
Ditka, Holmgren, McCarthy, Smith, and now Johnson and LaFleur.
And to be quite frank with you, I kind of enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year.
I don't know Ben Johnson.
Last year it was Carl Brooks' fingertip in Chicago.
Caleb Williams' fingernails at Lambeau.
The kick on the way by Santos, and it is good!
This year, it's free hot dogs in Chicago.
Let me tell you something. The city of Chicago's hungry, too.
Toyota-thon in Titletown.
Love rolls up, going deep. Christian Watson down there. He's got it! Touchdown, Packers!
And a primetime matchup to help decide superiority in 2025. In a rivalry that's been one-sided for the better part of 3 decades, the Bears have finally held up their end of the bargain in the 21st century, leading to 2 meaningful games in the month of December. Just remember, the more things change, the more they stay the same. It's the 8-3-1 Packers, the 9-3 Bears, with first place in the NFC North on the line, Week 14 inside the frozen tundra.
This is Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Broadcasting live from the shadow of the south end zone at Lambeau Field. Here's Alex Strouf.
Well, there you go. Hour number 2, Green Bay Game Day. It is presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. I am indeed Alex Strouf. He is Mr. Worldwide. Gabe Neitzel. You hear him on ESPN Radio a little bit later this afternoon, all across the country. And joining us now, he is the 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year. He is the co-host of the wildly popular Wilde and Tausch program with Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher, weekdays from 9 until noon. He's also the co-host of the wildly popular Weekly Wilde, exclusively on ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and joins every single show in existence of Wisconsin radio. He is Jason Wilde. Jason, good afternoon.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. It's good to see you.
Thanks for that very nice and long introduction.
It's a bold move by you going, no winter hat today.
I can't. I have to do TV later.
Oh,
so
got to keep the hair good.
I don't. What I have of it, yes.
hey.
Limited options.
I respect it.
Indeed.
Big one today.
Yeah, yes, it is. It's the insight you get.
Dynamite drop in, Monty. That broadcasting
Green Bay Game
school
Day,
has really
live from the shadow of the south end zone of Lambeau Field. Yeah, look, I think it's you guys know this. I've said this now ever since the Bears drafted Caleb Williams. I want him to be good. I want them to be good. I want this to be relevant. This is season 30, and there have been such rare occasions where the Packers and the Bears have played really, truly meaningful games like today's is. There's 2013 with the touchdown to Cobb from Rodgers on 4th down in the 4th quarter to win the NFC North. There's 2010 when the Bears had a chance to keep the Packers out of the playoffs here in the finale and didn't and lived to regret it because then they lost the NFC Championship game to them. That's what makes a rivalry a rivalry. And when it's 51-16 since 1992, that's not a rivalry.
You mentioned Caleb Williams, though. His head coach basically said they're playing well offensively in spite of their passing game.
He did. That was a great quote, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. Better than, well, to be quite frank with you, I really enjoy beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. Although I'll say this about
Caleb
that.
hasn't, I mean, yes, they've been having success, but it's not because Caleb Williams has been playing great.
No, but again, I mean, you look at Jordan Love, who didn't even play until his, obviously, after 3 seasons sitting behind Aaron Rodgers. Caleb Williams is going through the same growth that Jordan Love did. And Jordan Love, in the first half of 2023, was a vastly different quarterback than the guy we'll see today. So I don't know what Caleb Williams ultimately will be, and quite frankly, neither do the Bears. But his drafting certainly gave them reason for belief. And remember, we're talking about a head coach in Ben Johnson who had other chances to leave the Lions the year before, and he chose not to pursue any of those. This was the one. You know, I don't know if he's going to have the career like Mike Holmgren, but he was the guy. He was, as Ron Wolf would say, the girl with the curl, and everybody wanted him that had a job opening, and the Bears got him.
So you bring up Jordan Love, and I'm curious your thoughts because you saw Brett, you saw Aaron, and even Aaron would point out, I don't care if it's cold. As long as it's not windy, I can still throw the ball. We've had some mild winters the last couple of years, so Jordan hasn't had to deal with the cold weather. Certainly was cold last year for this Bears game in the finale.
And he got hurt.
And he got hurt. And the Packers decided to, we've got a playoff game next week. Let's not throw him back out there.
Correct.
How do you think he's going to handle the cold? Because, again, every quarterback handles it a little bit different. I think we've been fortunate. The last two have handled it well, but early in his career until, he handled it well until he didn't. And Aaron was really good in the cold.
God, first of all, just to go back to Brett for a second, the two coldest moments I've ever experienced. One was when I was covering Badger hockey, and they played in the Twin Cities against the Gophers very early in my career. And it was like minus 65 wind chill, and we still decided to walk to a restaurant from the Marriott City Center.
Why would you do that?
And I ordered hot chocolate. So that was bad. And then the other time was in 2007 when the Packers played there, and you walk across the Waldron deck parking structure, and that probably even topped Minneapolis. And then Brett Favre, he looked like he wanted to be there even less than I did and I was only walking through the parking lot. But he would keep his bulky jacket on. The other 10 guys are on the field, and he's not waiting till the last possible second. That was when the Packers knew that it was time, because that was one of his superpowers, was to be great in the cold weather, and he just didn't want any part of it. We saw it again then a few weeks later in the NFC Championship game against the New York Giants. To your question about Love, I think it's one of the best questions about him that have yet to be answered, and today's a step toward answering it. And I'm guessing it will not be any warmer in 2 weeks in prime time at Soldier Field with the winds blowing off the lake.
On a Saturday night, yeah, no doubt about that. The scheduling quirk I've brought up several times today. I'm fascinated by it. 2 games in 13 days.
No lies detected. Yeah, Matt LaFleur said during the week he doesn't remember any instance of this. I had other stories I wanted to tell, so I did not go back and look in the history books to see how often this has happened. I mean, I think there's been instances where the Packers have played the same team twice in a 3 or 4 week span. Sure. I don't think it's completely unusual, but with what's at stake, going back to your original point, with what's at stake here, the winner today potentially is sitting not only atop the NFC North, but with the number 1 seed if the season ended today and the playoffs began, which obviously they don't. So, look, I think it's going to be really interesting. Again, I'm very curious to see how Love plays, not only in the cold, but the dude's thrown 3 interceptions all year. I love the fact that he learned from his mistake in Cleveland. I love the fact that he learned from his mistake in the final moments of overtime against the Cowboys. I think he's gone 4 games without throwing a pick, and now he's going to face a defense that leads the league in interceptions and leads the league in takeaways.
But I think he could even afford to have 1 turnover today, Jason, because the Bears defense, usually when you lead the league in turnover differential and lead the league in turnovers the way they have, you have a top 10 defense.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Not the 25th ranked defense in points allowed.
They're literally bad at almost everything except that.
Except for turnovers. Yeah. It's wild. So I think as long as the Packers don't turn it over multiple times, they should be able to move the ball and score some points.
Again, if they can do that in these conditions. I do these stand-ups for Channel 3 in Madison every day, and they had this heating system all week long, which, look, before this year, I'm like in my cozy little office at Lambeau, and I never go outside, and I'm freezing my tail off doing these stand-ups. But what I thought was interesting was not that if Tausch was here, we'd say, well, thank you for your service. What great grit you have. But my point is that they had that heating system. It looks like a big bubble, like how some college programs have a practice facility. I did see this in the background
in your videos, yeah.
So they've got this machine at the north end zone pumping out heat the entire time to keep the field growing and whatever. Because usually you see the lights behind me, right? Earlier in the year. Yep. And so I'm really curious to see what the surface is going to be like. Again, I'm so glad you brought up the Love cold weather, because I was thinking about it as I was walking over here. I don't know how many times it's been this cold for a game in the last couple of years when we're doing this show.
No, exactly.
No, there's
very
few and far between. Yeah. I want to say week 18 against Chicago, his first year as the starter. His first year as the starter, 23, was cold. Why are you looking at me like that? Week 18, 2023 season, they played Chicago here at Lambeau Field. It was a noon game. Packers needed to win to get in, or solidify their spot, I should say.
Okay.
And I remember that one being chilly.
I don't remember. I usually am pretty good at that, and I'm bothered by the fact that I don't, frankly.
Well,
I remember them kicking the daylights out of the Vikings the previous week.
Yes, they did that on New Year's Eve. Yep.
And I remember certainly last year when they actually – people forget, like everybody goes, well, they lost to the Bears last year. Brandon McManus kicks a 55-yard field goal with 54 seconds left.
I thought they
and they're
stole
up by one.
Yeah, I thought
after
they stole
how
it.
poorly they'd played.
Yeah.
I thought they stole that game and then.
But new kickoff rules, you only need to complete one pass to get in the field goal range now? Yeah.
Basically.
That's about all it takes. So there you have it. All right, Jason Wilde hour here on Green Bay Game Day. Alex Strouf, Gabe Neitzel, Jason Wilde hanging out with you on this beautiful Sunday outside of Lambeau Field ahead of a first-place matchup between the Packers and the Bears. We are out here at the Tender Trio Tailgate, and let me tell you, our partners and fans are sipping on some incredible cocktails right now, and that is thanks to our friends at V Private Bar Services, the go-to team behind our bar hospitality. They bring the flavor, the flair, and the experience that takes our game day to the next level. Raise the bar for your next event. Book V Private Bar Services today. That's V Private Bar Services today. More with Jason Wilde ahead of this first-place bout. Packers-Bears 3:25 kickoff, broadcasted nationwide. Big game feel here at Lambeau Field. We'll continue to break it down coming up right after this on Green Bay Game Day.
More Green Bay Game Day coming up on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
This season, give gifts that are always a win. Island Resort and Casino gift cards, gaming and dining, poolside fun and overnight stays. Gift cards unlock endless island adventures, like championship golf rounds on Sweetgrass and Sage Run, a blissful escape to the Drift Spa, and an unforgettable evening in the Island Showroom. To buy Island Resort and Casino gift cards, stop by the Island Club or call 877-ISL-SHOW now.
Is back pain slowing you down? The OAW Spine Center offers specialized care with advanced treatments for herniated discs, spinal fusion, and more. Their board-certified orthopedic care specialists use the least invasive methods, starting with non-surgical options. If surgery is needed, they provide minimally invasive procedures. The OAW Spine Specialists focus on getting you back to an active lifestyle faster. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have, or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
The holidays are the perfect time to thank the people who make your business shine. At Alpha Custom Apparel, we help you create custom gifts and branded apparel that show true appreciation. Whether it's polished polos for your sales team, cozy quarter zips for employees, or thoughtful giveaways for your best clients. We make it easy with fast turnaround, creative options, and Midwest service you can count on. This season, give gifts that build pride and strengthen relationships long after the holidays are over. Visit alphacustomapparel.com and start your holiday gifting today.
Ho, 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 my back.
Santa?
Ho, 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 Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Yes. Next year, how about just asking for a Pella gift card? My elves are used to designing windows from other places where they're all pretty much the same. But Pella? Ho, ho, ho. So many customizations and designs. My elves aren't qualified, so Santa has to put in some overtime. Ho,
Let me make a call. BRB.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
Yeah, I know. Santa already lectured me. Ask for a Pella gift card.
What if you need new windows or doors, but you're on the naughty list?
Then this will definitely help. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months.
Ho, ho, ho! Visit the Pella site, and to all a good night.
PellaWI.com.
Restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025.
Score the top gifts for the Brewers fan in your life this holiday season. Set them up for an epic 2026 season with the all-new Brewers Holiday Bundle, featuring 4 ticket vouchers, loaded value concession credits, and an exclusive Brewers Holiday ornament, starting at just $99. Finish shopping for even the youngest Brewers fans with the 2026 Kids Crew Kit, including one-of-a-kind Brewers merch, 6 ticket vouchers, a ballpark tour, and more, all for just $35. Grab every Brewers Holiday gift today at brewers.com.
Experience the excellence of Catholic Memorial High School for yourself. Come see how students gain a competitive edge at CMH. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule a VIP tour or Student Shadow Day. Meet the inspiring teachers, welcoming students, and feel the energy of the CMH culture, where all students achieve more than they ever imagined possible. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule your visit. That's CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School in Waukesha, where you rise.
Welcome back to Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Green Bay Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. It's the Jason Wilde Hour of Green Bay Game Day. Alex Strouf, Gabe Neitzel, Jason Wilde with you, live from the Tundra Trio just outside of Lambeau Field, ahead of this big one, big game feel here on December 7th. It's the Bears and the Packers. The winner will walk out of Lambeau Field in sole possession of first place in the NFC North. We were talking about it in the break. I would love for you to give a little pop to your story of the day over at channel3000.com. Jason.
Were you a big Metallica guy?
I am a Metallica fan, yes. I like rock music.
But you're like
way too young.
Enter Sandman came out before you were born.
Yeah, probably.
1991.
Yeah, the world didn't start when I was born in 1998.
I understand.
Was that a little sassy?
That was a little.
Apologies. Not my intention.
That's funny because you act like it did when you were born in the I got to say, you kind of walked into that one.
My girlfriend is laughing hysterically at you saying
was that not good? That was good, right? Thank you very much. Look, I appreciate the opportunity. Jeff Hafley was phenomenal, and the story behind it was he has called Micah Parsons a closer since dating back to after they won the game in Arizona.
Yeah.
And it comes up almost every week in our Q&A sessions. And so he had brought it up again a couple weeks ago, and as he was leaving the podium, I just said, hey, Jeff, just out of curiosity, like, who's your closer? Who's your guy? I assume you're a Yankees fan. It's got to be Rivera. And he stops on the dais. And, by the way, big shout-out to my guy Rob Demovsky. He was the only one in the room, including me, who kept his recorder going, which was nice because I didn't know if I was going to get Hafley one-on-one this week. And he went through the whole thing about how his dad and his brother and him went to Game 6 of the 96 World Series, which was before before Mariano Rivera had become the closer. John Wetland actually closed all 4 games, got saves in all 4 of their wins. But anyway, he talked about, and it was just the way he kind of told the story. I knew his dad had passed away from colon cancer in 2011. And so, yes, it's about what's going to happen if it happens in the stadium today. It's about what a difference maker Micah Parsons was, and has been and continues to be. But for me, it was more, here's a guy who he grew up loving baseball because of his dad. His dad was a big baseball guy. They would go on Saturdays and go hit BP and play catch. And
neat.
And so just the opportunity. I appreciate Jeff making some time for me this week. And, I read a lot of stories. Very few of them are really, really special to me, and this one is one. So I'm hoping that not only is it a nice story, but that it actually happens today in the fourth quarter.
Comes to fruition ahead of the fourth quarter.
When it comes to Hafley, so obviously everybody was talking with the Giants. They have a head coach opening. Oh, maybe that's where he ends up. But could this game be another really big audition for him if he finds a way to slow down the Bears' running attack? Because
for sure,
nobody's been able to this year.
And I would just add this about the head coaching thing. Like, we do this every hiring cycle not about him, but just about us. Like, there's always a coach or two that get a lot of run.
Johnson.
And I think it's important, and that's the example I was going to use, is that I think it's important to make sure that you just don't take any job, right?
Yeah.
Now, I would look at the Giants and say the fact that he grew up going to Giants games, and at the end of my story today, he talks about Lawrence Taylor and watching him when he was a kid. But first of all, I think they're probably going to go offensive because they have another young quarterback, just like the Bears did with Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson. But it's so important to get the right job. Like Matt LaFleur, like he got the right job.
Yeah.
True.
Right?
Yeah,
like
totally.
and the people forget this, but like Mike Vrabel was going to fire him. Like they didn't fire him because they were giving him the opportunity, and it would have been stupid by Mike Vrabel. Like, I'm not justifying Mike Vrabel's thought process. That smells like scapegoating to the highest degree, especially what they dealt with their quarterback situation, everything else in Tennessee. But my point is that, Matt LaFleur goes to a different team goes to a Jaguar-style team or whatever. Maybe he doesn't have the same success he's had, obviously. So I would think that Jeff Hafley needs to – I'm sure he would leap at the opportunity to coach close to home. His mom watches our press conferences and critiques him, so she would love to have him close to home. His brother and his sister are there, but I just think it's so important that you pick the right job, and so rarely do you have openings where the jobs are really good jobs. So to your point, look, if not only if they can stop the run, but if they can do it with the dudes they'd have to do it with.
Yes.
Right? I mean, look, Micah Parsons, the trade was the absolute best thing they could have done.
Uh-huh.
But Kenny Clark is a better run defender than anybody they have.
Yep.
And now they've lost Devontae Wyatt, who was, I don't think he's not Gilbert Brown, but he was good. Now they're going to rely on Colby
They're the best
Wood.
run stopper up front.
They're undersized at that position without Kenny Clark. And they've had.
Well, they added 700 pounds of dudes, though, so they're not.
Dude.
I don't know how many of them will play.
That's the problem. I don't know how much that's going to help them today. But when I look at the Packers, I think I've kind of figured it out, Jason, and I know I asked you about this earlier this week.
He's figured it out.
About the Packers' run numbers.
Gabe Knight.
The Packers' run numbers have been good, but teams still want to attack them with running the football. We saw the Panthers successfully do it. The Giants almost successfully do it, and the Vikings do it well for a half
until they had to start throwing.
They had to start throwing.
That was
the
one of the best points you've made in a while, and you make a lot of good
points.
So
high praise.
But they've obviously had success against Jahmyr Gibbs, who has been as an explosive as a back in the league this year.
Right.
The Packers' defense is athletic. Quay Walker, and I know he's been out the last couple of games, but he's been a part of this. Edgerrin Cooper, even Micah. Like, they have these athletes that when you try to run to the outside against them, they're going to be able to cut you off. But because they lack that size, teams have had success running interior, and I think that's going to be a big thing today. I don't think the Bears are trying to get Swift or Monungai necessarily to the edge. They want to run right at you because the strength of their offensive line is their center and two guards.
Well said. I have nothing and no notes other than to add this. Quay Walker coming back is a really big deal.
Huge.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I think he's got to have a big game today, navigating some of that traffic in front of him in order to slow down the Bears' running attack. I think that's going to be big.
God, we're all on the same page today. It's a beautiful thing. It's too bad we're going to ruin it with yes or no.
Are me and you on the same page today?
Yeah, I just didn't know. I didn't remember that Chicago game being that cold.
And you were right.
It turned out to be you were wrong, and so I was confused. That's all.
New Orleans last year, that was cold. I was there.
That was a night game, so yeah, that would have been colder than
December 23rd. Yeah. Okay.
God, that was a dud of a game. Like, how bad was New Orleans?
That game. Well, it was fun.
They've continued into this year too.
Hasn't changed much.
No, it has not. Before we move on and get to yes or no coming up next, just on Jeff Hafley, it's refreshing to hear him talk about football. I just enjoy it. I've never gone out of my way to seek coordinator press conferences, but I do with him. I find him very entertaining and obviously super knowledgeable, and he just loves talking ball, and I love that about him.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think people probably have noticed my affinity for him, but
Has Tausch made fun of you for it? Because it feels like anytime you start feeling good about someone or something, that's when that's where Tausch comes in to try to ruin it.
And I can't, I liked Mike Pettin. I really liked Dom Capers. I always thought Dom Capers was underappreciated here.
You think?
Wow.
And his system was probably a programmatic non-fit for the way the Packers built their teams.
Programmatic non-fit.
He needed veteran players, but they still had some really good defenses because he's a really smart guy.
They don't win Charles Woodson probably doesn't become a Hall of Famer without him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Mm-hmm.
But it certainly got stale at the end.
Sure. I mean, they were good enough in 14. We all know what happened there. So, bottom line, I hope Jeff Hafley has a long and distinguished career as the Packers defensive coordinator for as long as possible. The only thing I'm bitter about him with, other than
he owes you a hoodie, right?
Well, no, he claims that's in his office, but then we had a sit down on Thursday. He didn't bring it with him. Is that he had promised us like a workshop during the off season where he was going to bring all of us beat writers, and go through the defense, got to teach us the defense, like not off the record, just to learn more about what goes. And I like to learn, so I'm still bitter that we didn't do that.
Do you think it's safe to call you a ball knower? Like you know ball?
I don't know, not to the degree of Tausch or Brian Bulaga.
Let me try this. Gabe, is it fair to call Jason a ball knower?
Yes.
Okay. So if you were to sit down in this workshop, would you pick things up like very quickly?
I think I can understand when I see pieces move, why they're moving that way.
Okay.
But again, who I think, and I don't know if he listens to our stuff or not, but there's a guy whose stuff I always pay attention to. His name is Justice Mosqueda.
Yes.
Oh, Justice.
Yeah,
I mean, he knows.
I love him.
He for a civilian, if that's the right term, he knows ball. Well, that's what we are, right? Like we're not playing like Tausch and Bulaga and Brad Nortman and Chewy, they're former players.
Yep.
So the rest of us I look at us as civilians. And so for a civilian, he really knows the game, and I don't know it as well as him. I will be the first to admit that. I would probably say I don't know the game as well as Aaron Nagler either, and I don't know the game as well as Gabe Neitzel. But I think I know my share. Put it that way.
I would agree with you. I was just curious on your self-evaluation.
The greater question is Allie going to sit through the entire show just to watch you and listen to us? Or it's cold out in the peanut gallery.
I think yes, but also we have friends on the way that we are awaiting. They're rivals, so I imagine she will entertain them when they get here.
And wait for my friends. I wouldn't sit and watch you.
That's up to her, man. Maybe she just loves me. I don't know. There's an idea. There's an idea.
I don't think you have to sit and freeze your tail off to prove that you love you.
A high standard, man. Highest of standards in the Strouf household.
She has high standards?
No, I do. It's game day. Are you heading up to Green Bay? Make a quick stop at a Higher Love Cannabis Company just over the border.
They have high standards.
They do. Less than an hour north of Green Bay. Award-winning, locally owned, organically grown, the best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD. That's findhigherlove.com/CBD for more information. Yes or no?
Or maybe.
Or maybe, or kinda, or sorta, with Jason Wilde and Gabe Neitzel is coming up next. The greatest segment in radio is next on Green Bay Game Day.
More Green Bay Game Day coming up on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Welcome to Jackpot Land, this fall at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all fall to win your share of thousands in prizes each month and earn entries into the big December Jackpot Land prize drawings. Your October, November, and December entries all count. Win thousands in cash or reward play. Welcome to Jackpot Land, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Homer here for Window Nation's end of the year sale. It's cold here in Milwaukee, and if you've been thinking about new windows, it's good you waited, because during Window Nation's end of the year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years on windows that stop the cold wintry drafts, seal out moisture, and so energy efficient, you'll save money on your utility bills. Installed in 1 day. Lifetime warranty and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale ends soon. Don't miss out on big savings. WindowNation.com to get started.
It's a sound you've heard in movies and music for generations. The unmistakable click of a Zippo lighter. Built to last, designed to be noticed. But Zippo is more than a lighter. It's a lifestyle. From sleek new finishes to hand warmers, candles, and accessories, Zippo brings that same legendary quality to everything they make. And now, you don't have to go far to find it. Discover Zippo lighters and more, available now at Sweet Fire Tobacco and Tundra Smoke Shops. Check us out in-store or online at Zippo.com.
In football, what does every great team start with?
A strong defense. Same's true in business.
Defense against what?
Cyber threats. That's why companies use Trend Micro.
What do they actually protect?
Your network, your data, your people, from ransomware, phishing, and more.
So it's not just antivirus?
Not at all. Trend Micro has a full defensive playbook trusted worldwide for over 35 years.
Sounds like the kind of defense every business needs.
Exactly. Don't get blindsided. Go to trendmicro.com and see how enterprise security is done right.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
It's the holiday season, a special time to celebrate with family, friends, and coworkers. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Let us help you with your holiday celebration. Whether you're having a small family gathering, a bigger bash with friends and relatives, or a company party, we've got everything you need at the lowest prices in town. Discount Liquor is your one-stop gift shop with over 100 varieties of liquor, beer, and wine gift sets for everyone on your list. Visit us today at 51st in Oklahoma in Milwaukee and on Barstow in Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com. And from our family to yours, have a happy and safe holiday season.
Discount liquor.
Everyone wants the Emirates NBA Cup.
The temperature is rising.
30 teams started. But only 8 have advanced to the single elimination knockout rounds. To survive, they'll have to be hungry, relentless, ruthless.
Are you kidding me?
They all want the cup, but only one team can claim it. Who will capture the cup? Emirates NBA Cup knockout rounds begin Tuesday on Prime.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drugged driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Departments of Health Services, Transportation, and Justice.
This is Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Game Day continues, and it is presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. I'm Alex Strouf. He is Gabe Neitzel, and he is the 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde, here on the Jason Wilde Hour of Green Bay Game Day. You cold?
Yeah, my computer's colder, though, and I can't get my newsletter out the commercial breaks. I'm very frustrated. So it's more frustration than cold.
I shouldn't laugh at your pain. Or your computer's pain.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Should have sent out the newsletter before coming on Green Bay Game.
Yeah, I was splicing together that video of Enter Sandman being played at Virginia Tech, and then my Micah Parsons highlights. I'm telling you, as proud as I am of that story, I think I'm prouder of my video editing work.
Yeah, when did you get good at video editing?
I don't know. I've been taking lessons from Matty Hayes.
Well, you've also been putting together your news packages, right?
I have, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This guy's a multimedia guru.
All right, let's get to yes or no.
Oh, wow. It's the first time he's ever wanted to get to that game
because he doesn't want to talk about himself.
Exactly.
Yep.
Time now for a yes or no with Jason Wilde.
Will today be the day there are black and white answers from our most respected journalist?
Possibly. I think we shouldn't be greedy. Maybe. You would certainly hope so.
It's time for yes or no with Jason Wilde.
Yes or no with Jason Wilde. I've got questions that I would like answered with either yes or no. Gabe and Jason will not do that. Here we go. Question number 1. Let's throw it back to January of this year when Ben Johnson was introduced as the head coach of the Chicago Bears.
Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell, You're talking about two guys that are up for Coach of the Year awards as the season ends here. And to be quite frank with you, I kind of enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year.
Yes or no, that was a bad attempt at a joke.
No, I don't think it's that clear cut. I think it was. I personally didn't think it was particularly well.
You said no.
No.
You did? He did the Midwest no thing.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I did. That's a very fair call. So here's the thing. I have to admit that I was wrong about this. Cole Kmet talked during the week with the Chicago media, and I didn't realize this about him. I knew he was from Chicago, but I didn't know his sister is Lucas Van Ness's girlfriend.
You didn't know that?
I don't spend as much time on social media as you do. Like, I'm not on top of that kind
I knew that the day he was drafted because that's remember the famous double
that was
tap?
her butt that
was her butt. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Frankie Kmet that Lucas Van Ness's dad slapped. Yes. Very weird.
So anyway, he talked about during the week. Yeah, again, I wasn't quite ready for that.
Nope.
But speaking of butts, during the week, he talked about how not only is his sister dating Lucas Van Ness, but his best friend, or one of his best friends, who was at his wedding, won't wear his jersey because he's too big of a Packers fan.
That's so cool.
So he won't even wear one of his best friends who plays in the NFL's jerseys. And he said, having grown up in Chicago watching the games, what Ben Johnson said really resonated. So the reason why the answer to this is maybe is that, on the one hand, I did find it to be awkward and poorly executed. On the other hand, Cole Kmet and a bunch of the people that were the intended audience for that he basically used Matt LaFleur as a prop for, loved it. So that's why it's a maybe.
Okay. Gabriel?
It is getting colder in here.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I don't know if the wind is just hitting the door just perfectly and just starting to swirl in here.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. Go ahead, Gabriel.
Bears new coaches taking a shot at the Green Bay Packers or mentioning the Green Bay Packers is a time-honored tradition. I believe going back to Lovie Smith.
I believe you are correct.
So everybody has to mention it. The weird part about that was and I understand the respect that he wanted to show for his former boss in Dan Campbell, but then he also showed some reverence to Kevin O'Connell as well. To single out Matt LaFleur was the awkward part. Because those other two teams you have to beat. And by the way, you're coming from the team that had won the division the previous 2 years. So yes, beating the Packers, certainly something that you had to do. But he just singled out Matt LaFleur, and that was the whole awkward thing. And obviously, it was from a prepared statement. This wasn't off the cuff.
No,
you listen to that.
He clearly wrote it down.
He's very obviously reading that in his opening press conference.
To be quite honest with you,
such a very strange, very awkward way to begin a rivalry.
At least he kept his shirt on.
Yeah, he
did. Time he did. He did. All right, two-part yes or no with Jason Wilde. Let's hear from this week. The quarterback Jordan Love responding to Rob Demovsky on the aforementioned clip from Ben Johnson.
Nah, we're not worried about those things that are said. It's another game, obviously. The Bears match up. We're always trying to win that game.
You heard it, though. You said it. My bad.
I've seen some stuff. Yeah, I've seen some stuff.
What went through your head?
It is what it is, man.
Yes or no? It is what it is, man.
I don't know what it is. That's the problem. Because I don't know if I wasn't
Depends
listening.
upon your definition of is.
I wasn't listening to Rob when he was on earlier, but I heard him say, I think it was on our show or somewhere, that he didn't think the players gave a two you-know-whats about the whole thing that Ben Johnson said, but that he believed the coaches did. Based on what Steno said. I even thought Hafley's line was kind of a sneaky good line about, we'll figure it out on Sunday. Because he's done a introductory press conference when he got the job at BC, right? And he said, you're trying to win the press conference. You're trying to send, maybe a message to the fan base. So I don't know. If you're I knew this was going to happen during the week, and the fact that they played their first game today against each other, is not nearly, I think, as interesting now with that quote as it was if they'd have played week 1 instead of the Lions.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you on that. Gabe? You don't know your definition of it or is in this context?
Yeah. So I'll just say this about Ben Johnson. I have been impressed by his ability to get the buy-in that he's gotten.
Yeah,
it's such a
100% true.
It's such a hard thing, I think, to accomplish. And you hear Chewy talk about when Ron Wolf and Holmgren came in, and he was here for that first year, and the way that not everybody was bought in, and those guys that weren't, Ron got rid of them rather quickly.
Yep.
And it's obvious that everybody's bought in, because I don't know if his little good, better, best shtick would play everywhere. But they are so bought in. They do the little, everybody's seen the videos at this point, whether he's had his shirt on or off, of him doing the good, better, best, and then they have the response to it, right? Like the little sing-songy thing they have where he says something, they respond.
Yeah.
And the way the entire locker room has bought in, I think is impressive, because I don't know if that plays everywhere, but it has certainly played in Chicago, and that's all that matters. You get the buy-in however you get. That's important.
And it plays with guys of varied experience levels.
Yes.
It's not like they're just a totally young team
Correct.
that'll do whatever the coach says.
Yep.
I think it's just I love the movie The American President, and there's a line that Michael J. Fox delivers in there about how people are so thirsty for leadership, they'll crawl to an oasis, and when they find it's a mirage, they'll drink the sand. I think as bad as the Bears have been for so long, I think it's not a diss on him and what the buy-in is, but when you start to win, and they are so happy to buy in that even if your stuff is a little bit corny, they're just happy to be winning.
Yeah, they have a culture, which is something that they are not used to in Chicago for the last decade plus. And Ben Johnson, credit to him, has done that. All right, last one for you fellas. After Dontavian Wick's 2-touchdown breakout game last week on Thanksgiving against the Lions, and the way Christian Watson has been playing of late, is it safe to say the Packers have a true wide receiver one? Yes or no?
I don't know about that. 1A, 1B, and it can alternate. But look, we forget that, and I think Gabe and I talked about this earlier in the week. Like, I still want Romeo Doubs on the field on 3rd and 6 to get a 8-yard gain on a slant. I still want him on 3rd and goal from the 6. So I still think he has a role. I'm eager to see what Jaden Reed does today. I think that's going to be really interesting. And I spent some time with Matthew Golden on Friday, and it was great. I talked to him all by myself, and I think he has really had a hard time with not having success right away, and then the injuries on top of it. So I don't know. I don't expect him to be active when we get the injury, when we get the inactive list.
Even though Malik is down. Or not down.
He's down.
He's down bad.
He's down and out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He didn't. Let me put it this way. I haven't diagnosed his wrist, but his affect was very downtrodden when I talked to him on Friday. So if he's active, great. But I would assume he, like Jaden Reed, will be on a pitch count if so.
Fascinating stuff as always. You're shivering.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some hot chocolate. Do we have hot chocolate?
I believe we do somewhere, yes. That is yes or no with Jason Wilde and Gabe Neitzel. Good effort today, fellas. That was well done. Well executed.
That sounded kind of condescending, didn't
it? It was.
Okay.
It sounded that way because it was. Happy birthday.
You're not wrong. That iconic click of a Zippo lighter. You know it anywhere. Zippo, built to last, designed to stand out, from new finishes to hand warmers, candles, and accessories. You can grab your Zippo gear now at Sweet Fire Tobacco and Tundra Smoke Shops, or shop online at their website, Zippo.com. That's ZIPPO.com. Gabe Neitzel and Jason Wilde have both run away from me. They are both too cold that they left before the segment was even over. Incredible by both of them as they go find some hot cocoa. I am a professional. Thank you. We will hit the injury report, which is presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, and see if Jason and Gabe get their hot cocoa. That's all still ahead right here on Green Bay Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Day will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The Orthopedic Surgery Center in Pewaukee is a leader in joint replacement, offering same-day surgery with advanced technology. Their team of experts specializes in knee, hip, and shoulder replacements, using the latest techniques to minimize pain and recovery time. The team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin can get you back to what matters, living pain-free. Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
This season, give gifts that are always a win. Island Resort and Casino gift cards, gaming and dining, poolside fun, and overnight stays. Gift cards unlock endless island adventures, like championship golf rounds on Sweetgrass and Sage Run, a blissful escape to the Drift Spa, and an unforgettable evening in the Island Showroom. To buy Island Resort and Casino gift cards, stop by the Island Club or call 877-ISL-SHOW now.
One of the best things about the holidays is going home and spending time with family and friends. One of the worst things, getting there. Holiday travel can be tough, especially driving. If you or a loved one needs help after an accident this holiday season, we're here for you. Our top-notch team of experienced professionals is available 24/7. Be safe this holiday season. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Experience the excellence of Catholic Memorial High School for yourself. Come see how students gain a competitive edge at CMH. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule a VIP tour or Student Shadow Day. Meet the inspiring teachers, welcoming students, and feel the energy of the CMH culture, where all students achieve more than they ever imagined possible. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule your visit. That's CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School in Waukesha, where you rise.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch, and I've got the perfect gift idea for you. A holiday design gift box filled with all your favorite Kringle flavors from Racine Danish Kringles. No wrapping, no stress, just pure holiday joy. My family and I love it when the Kringle box from Racine Danish Kringles arrives at our house, and you can have it happen too. Go to Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH to order today. Racine Danish Kringles is the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin. Racine Danish Kringles, it's not just a treat, it's a tradition. Visit Kringle.com.
Green and gold fans, it's game day. And you know what that means. Tailgating with friends and raising a glass to our favorite team. This season, make Bacardi the star of your pregame party. Whether you're mixing up a classic Bacardi and cola, refreshing Bacardi lime and soda, or a smooth spiced and cola, Bacardi is the perfect pick for game day fun. Grab a bottle and get ready to cheer on Green Bay with the best in hand. Available now at your local retailer. Live passionately, drink responsibly. Bacardi USA, Miami, Florida. Rum 40% alcohol by volume.
Score the top gifts for the Brewers fan in your life this holiday season. Set them up for an epic 2026 season with the all-new Brewers Holiday Bundle, featuring 4 ticket vouchers, loaded value concession credits, and an exclusive Brewers Holiday ornament, starting at just $99. Finish shopping for even the youngest Brewers fans with the 2026 Kids Crew Kit, including one-of-a-kind Brewers merch, 6 ticket vouchers, a ballpark tour, and more, all for just $35. Grab every Brewers Holiday gift today at Brewers.com.
You've noticed a change in your teen. They seem distant, and you wonder if it's the usual ups and downs or something deeper, like substance use or mental health struggles. If you're worried, why wait to reach out? Hazelden Betty Ford offers specialized care for teens and young adults, plus support for families. Call 1-855-489-2383 or visit wegotyou.org, because love doesn't wait for a crisis, and change starts when you do. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
This is Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Green Bay Game Day is presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Alex Strouf, Gabe Neitzel, and for one final segment, thank you for your service. Jason Wilde is here. Jason, you look cold. How's your hot cocoa?
I didn't find any. But the Buck and Honey's dynamite shrimp was there. So
is it?
A little bit better. Yeah.
It's
around the corner.
I got to go get some.
Yeah,
I got to get some.
You should
it's so
definitely
good.
do some. And again, just for those that don't listen to Wilde and Tausch regularly, first of all, why wouldn't you? Secondly, thank you for your service. We understand wholeheartedly the sacrifices that our men and women of the armed services do That's the sarcasm of, oh, hey, way to push through a radio show without hot cocoa while other people are risking their lives.
Correct.
Does that even work?
No, I mean,
it looks like it's there for decoration.
So if you take the glove off, Jason, you touch it, it's definitely on. It's just cold enough where it's
it's on.
It's just not. It's not
It's
really.
not
working.
doing a whole lot.
No, it's.
But we appreciate you bringing it.
Yeah.
Wait, that's yours?
Yeah, I brought that.
Yeah, I pulled up.
Why didn't we close this door?
Because the giant
right,
door
but
right
I
in front
feel
of us.
Okay. All right. Anyway,
you guys are soft.
Oh, like you're just.
I'm
warm.
warm.
You kidding?
I'm warm.
Says the guy wearing 2 pairs of sweatpants under his jeans.
And I'm wearing 2 sweatshirts up top now. I put a second sweatshirt on. I got hand warmers in my gloves. I got 2 pairs of socks on.
Sweatpants underneath your skinny jeans?
Yeah. You can't really see it, but yeah. I don't know that they're actually skinny jeans. I think they just look skinny because I have 2 pairs of sweatpants on underneath them. Are they skinny jeans? Oh, okay. My girlfriend has just told us they are skinny jeans. She does the laundry, so she would know the answer.
Talk about somebody who needs a thank you for your service.
You're right.
Yeah, true that.
No
true
kidding.
that. True that. No doubt about that.
Kidding.
All right, we are just awaiting the official injury report from the Packers and the Bears, which was due out a minute ago, and I still don't see it. So
Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, and Javon Bullard are all active.
Very good.
So is Nate Hobbs.
Ooh. What kind of snap count do you think Hobbs is going to get?
None.
Which is...
I don't know.
Well, no, I think it's interesting because Carrington Valentine has become the team's best corner, I think.
Except not the best tackler. That was not good.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, again...
Teachable moment.
Sure. But I feel like he has become their best cover guy.
Okay, I agree.
And... So I don't see. I just don't know where Nate Hobbs necessarily fits right now. I saw potentially him playing the slot position if Bullard didn't go, and I thought that would have been very interesting to see because he was really good at that role when healthy out in Vegas for the Raiders. But I'm really curious to see how much Nate Hobbs ends up playing in this game because Valentine has taken a spot.
I'm sorry, I interrupt your conversation for
You have been staring over there.
For a pressing detail. A man just walked up to our fence with a sign, and it's now double-sided. I want to know which side you prefer. One side says Ben Johnson puts ketchup on his hot dogs, and the other side says Ben Johnson prefers Detroit-style pizza. Which one's better?
So those are both by a Packers fan dissing Ben Johnson.
Yes. And Chicago.
As someone who likes, I prefer Stadium Secret Sauce, but if that's not available, I am putting ketchup on my hot dog. I'm going to say Detroit-style pizza would be the better side of that sign.
Detroit-style pizza is fantastic. I will say that.
Detroit-style pizza is very good. I agree. And I don't do ketchup on my hot dogs. So.
By the way, that's I was expecting. I thought I was going to see like some sort of incredible artistry.
That's incredible artistry. Look at the ketchup on the hot dog. I couldn't do that. I am not an artist by any stretch of the imagination.
and
you know what? I'm just going to cut you off there and just say goodbye. Jason Wilde, you'll hear him on Green Bay Game Night. You'll hear him beginning at 9 a.m. tomorrow on Wilde and Tech.
I was enjoying our conversation about Nate Hobbs.
I was too. Can we finish that? Would that be okay? Would that be all right?
Go ahead.
I thought there was a good chance after Javon Bullard did not practice Thursday or Friday it was going to be this fortuitous, they get Nate Hobbs back and he fills that void for this week. But again, I assume that they're going to feel compelled to play him on some sort of rotational basis, just even if it's for 10, 12 snaps.
But with who?
But my question is, where do you God, we're in simpatico today. Where do you put him? Do you really want to take Carrington? I mean, I guess you could use the tackling thing. I guess you could use that against him if you wanted to have him share a little bit. But that's one play.
Right.
But so I guess the only place that in my mind he could potentially play.
They don't play dime.
No. Does he rotate a little bit with Bullard? Because Bullard is not completely healthy.
Because he's not 100%.
So that's where you get him his snaps. And again, we haven't necessarily seen it with him here, but he has been physical. And you need somebody in that with that physicality against the Chicago Bears run. So maybe you can rotate him with Bullard because Bullard's not completely healthy. Let's put him there.
Yeah, and Bullard is extremely physical too.
Oh yes.
And I guess my other concern there is the physicality with which Nate Hobbs does play with, which is true, as I saw in my extensive film study when they signed him that Tausch loves to make fun of me for. It's also how he gets hurt.
Yep.
So his physicality is both a blessing and a curse. We'll see how it plays out in this one.
All right, Jason, we'll be listening to you on Green Bay Game Night and tomorrow, beginning at 9 a.m.
I
on
feel
Wilde
like
and
you've been
Tausch.
distracted the entire last two segments. You've got this kind of faraway look in your eye the whole time. What else has been going on over there?
Well, last segment, okay, you are correct. Last segment, a random...
Your girlfriend was sitting there, so I know you weren't watching her walk back and forth.
I wasn't watching her. I was watching, so last segment, there was a bunch of dudes who are still out there with like a bunch of cases of beer just sitting in the middle of the parking lot. Some dude ran a route, and they threw a can of beer like 20 yards in the air to him. He caught it, opened it, it exploded, obviously. And then it's all over him, so he's got like really cold beer all over him.
Awesome.
And I was fascinated
I
by
wish
that.
I was a fan. No, I don't.
That doesn't sound like something you'd be participating in.
How much do you think?
I would not be.
How many snaps do you think Matthew Golden ends up getting today? Because now I'm fascinated.
Gabe's locked in. I'm not.
This is great. He's so focused. That's another great question. Like I said moments ago, I didn't think he was going to play. And now the question is, now that he's active, in what role do you see him? If you are, the good thing you have is that you have a job-sharing opportunity with two guys that should both be on pitch counts.
Yep.
Right?
With him and Reed.
Right.
Correct.
And then you can still play 87, 9, and 13 extensively.
So this is the first time, since week 2 that everybody – well, no, this is the first time all the receivers – I'm talking about wide receivers because obviously you don't have Tucker Kraft, but all your receivers are healthy.
Right,
now
because Watson wasn't out there.
Watson wasn't healthy out there when Jaden was able to go.
That's a great observation.
Can you?
Yeah, it's a good thing somebody's thinking football. There's a guy thought he caught a long touchdown with a beer. You should have seen it. That exploder is awesome.
Rank in terms of how you think it's going to go. Now,
how do you think Colby Wooden's playing against the run?
I wish it was a little bit better, if I'm being honest.
Let me tell you about a sign I saw.
The 5 preferred wide receivers, rank them 1 to 5 in what you think their snap counts are going to be for today.
Watson, number 1.
Yeah, I was going to go 5 up.
Okay, if you want to do it that way, you can do it that way too.
Well, Malik Heath.
Bye-bye. Adios. Have a pleasure.
Golden.
Yep.
Reed.
Yep.
Dobbs.
Yep. Ooh.
Probably flip those two.
Dobbs and Wicks. I feel like
Wicks. It's
in
Wicks,
listening
Dobbs,
the
Watson.
way Love talked, and again, look, this is like this is not predicated on anything schematic. This is based on vibe, and that sometimes I'm right and sometimes I'm wrong. The vibe I got. I think they really are excited about Wicks. They feel like he turned a corner. So I think it's going to be close between Dobbs and Wicks.
I still think Dobbs outsnaps him. But Watson number 1. Watson number 1. Yeah.
I'm excited about that because, again, I feel like I have been painted at times as the Romeo Dobbs hater.
Yeah, I get painted that way too.
I guess
I like him, and I like the role that he can serve. I just don't want to throw him the ball 10 times a game and have him be your number 1 wide receiver.
But on this subject, I guess I'm curious to see what the pitch count is for a guy like Jaden Reed, because in 3 weeks, if we do this exercise again, I bet it goes Watson, Reed, everybody else.
No, that's
You're
where
still down on him, huh?
So again, I get painted as.
Yeah,
on Reed?
That one's accurate though.
That one is accurate.
No, okay,
He's getting upset.
I wasn't.
I forgot how cold I was.
I am not down on Jaden Reed. My point that I was making before the season began about that is I didn't think he was going to be the breakout star based on the way the team uses him, and based on the way that the team looked at him and they never put him on the outside.
You're right.
So it's really hard for him to be the breakout guy and be the star.
He's only been their leading receiver in both receptions and yardage.
Which is impressive considering he hasn't played 60% of the snaps in his career.
Yeah. He's efficient.
So he's efficient when he's out there, but he's not somebody that the team has looked at as, we have to have Jaden Reed out on the field.
All right. That was
he's somebody that they have limited just by the way they've played him over the first 2 years.
All right, that was your injury report, which is presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com today for more information. Jason, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. We will talk to you next week ahead of Packers-Broncos. Hey, it's cold out there, and if you spent last winter thinking that it was time for new windows, it's good you waited. This December, Window Nation puts an end to your window problems. You'll save big, too, with 50% off all window styles. Plus, you could get 0% interest for up to 5 years. That's 0% interest for 5 years. Hurry. This sale ends soon. So schedule your free estimate now. WindowNation.com. That's WindowNation.com. All right, I will try to be a professional for the final hour of the program, Gabe. I'm going to do my best.
Well, thank you.
You're actually irritated.
Well, I mean, you stopped the show for a sign that at best was a D+. At best was a D+.
I thought it was much better than that. Will, you're the Bears fan. Did you think it was a good diss?
It doesn't really make that much sense to me that it's coming from a Packers fan and is hating on because the ketchup is a Chicago thing. Like, people in Chicago despise people that put ketchup on their hot dogs. So I don't know why the Packers fan is doing it.
Well, I think it was
D-.
to make Bears fans. Okay, fine. Okay, you know what? You guys win. Go ahead, Gabe.
Just quickly, so kind of lost in the injury report. Nazir Stackhouse isn't active.
Oh. Okay. The other two guys they signed, are they active?
No. Bahana is not.
Okay. The one that's been here all week, though, is.
Correct.
Whose name I'm blanking on right
yes.
now.
So the inactives are Jennings, Bahana, Williams, Van Ness, and Stackhouse.
Interesting. Okay, good to know. We will continue to break that down as we are just over an hour away from kickoff. It's Packers-Bears. Winner will be in first place in the NFC North after today. We will continue to dive into this matchup. Coming up next with me and Gabe Neitzel, it is Green Bay Game Day.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Day will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Sendix is making gift-giving easy this holiday. Sendix Home is offering 20% off a different item each day. This week, get 20% off clothing accessories Monday, 20% off home decor on Tuesday, a new deal every day through Sunday, December 7th. Go to Sendix.com to see the daily deals. Find something special for a loved one, or treat yourself. After all, you deserve it. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Selling your home during winter may surprise you. Serious buyers are still out there and often more eager to move.
Homes get strong offers this time of year, and with less competition, your listing can really shine.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. Our team leads with faith, gratitude, and giving back, donating over $200,000 to local causes since 2020.
Tony Wendorf & Associates is ready to get to work for you with our white glove selling experience. Just search online, Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
Kyle Brust-Norman's Ben Brust here for Grimal and Associates Insurance. They do what anyone with a growing family, like myself, does. Protect what matters most. Grimal and Associates specializes in coverage that's tailored exactly to you. Clients aren't just policies, they're part of their community. Personalized American Family Insurance back service, expert guidance, and genuine commitment. Grimal and Associates focuses on building trusted relationships and providing peace of mind. The same values they've had for over 30 years in the Milwaukee area. Connect with Grimal and Associates at teamgrimal.com.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neil Group. So, the holidays are almost here. While Santa is checking his list, maybe you can check the IRS off of your list. Don't let the IRS be Scrooge this year and end up with a lump of coal in your stocking. The IRS seems to have a knack for knocking you down just when you are getting back up. Imagine having your bank account wiped out or your paycheck being short because the IRS is taking money out to pay your back taxes. Get your head out of the sand and plan to take care of your issues and control the situation instead of letting it control you. Nothing is going to change if you don't take action. We can help you get the IRS off your back to alleviate additional stress during the holiday season. The first meeting is free. Call now, 414-325-2040, or visit neilgroup.net. You earned it, we help you keep it. That's 414-325-2040 or nealgroup.net.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Rivalry. Competition for the same objective or for superiority in the same field.
When it comes to superiority, the Green Bay Packers lead the Chicago Bears in the NFL's oldest rivalry that dates back over 100 years.
Programs here, the NFL's oldest rivalry, Packers and Bears.
108 wins, 96 losses, and 6 ties.
Lombardi, Hallis,
Ditka, Holmgren, McCarthy, Smith, and now Johnson and LaFleur.
And to be quite frank with you, I kind of enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year.
I don't know Ben Johnson.
Last year, it was Carl Brooks' fingertip in Chicago. Caleb Williams' fingernails at Lambeau.
The kick on the way by Santos, and it is good!
This year, it's free hot dogs in Chicago.
Let me tell you something, the city of Chicago's hungry too.
Toyota-thon in Titletown.
Love loads up, going deep. Christian Watson down there. He's got it! Touchdown, Packers!
And a primetime matchup to help decide superiority in 2025. In a rivalry that's been one-sided for the better part of 3 decades, the Bears have finally held up their end of the bargain in the 21st century, leading to 2 meaningful games in the month of December. Just remember, the more things change, the more they stay the same. It's the 8-3-1 Packers, the 9-3 Bears, with first place in the NFC North on the line, Week 14, inside the frozen tundra.
This is Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Broadcasting live from the shadow of the south end zone at Lambeau Field. Here's Alex Strouf.
Yeah, it is. Away we go. Hour number 3, Green Bay Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. I am indeed Alex Strouf, alongside Mr. Worldwide, the coach, Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and a million other programs. Our buddy Gabe Neitzel with us. Braving the elements here on this chilly December afternoon in Green Bay as the Packers and Bears go toe-to-toe for the first time this season. First time and second time in 13 days. Twice in 13 days, these two teams will match up. We will talk to our friend Courtney Cronin at some point in the 2 o'clock hour, the ESPN NFL Nation reporter covering the Bears. We'll go behind enemy lines with Courtney and get her perspective on the 9-3 season. The team is hot, but how real are they? We'll talk with Courtney Cronin about that at some point this hour. Now, similar question about the Packers, though, Gabe. We know they're real. They're 8-3-1. They seemingly have turned a corner offensively. But how real are they? What do you evaluate this team at through, what would that be, 11 games?
Well, how many times have we thought that they've turned a corner? And then they just kind of stumble for whatever reason, right?
This season, I don't know that because I mean, they've had their struggles. Dallas, Cleveland, Carolina, Philly. So I don't know that we ever viewed them as turning the corner. I could be misremembering.
I think you're misremembering just a little bit, just because it's a situation where after 2 games, you had your starting left tackle talk about going undefeated.
Yep. True.
And then you have that stumble in that game, right? Then you think you're kind of turning that corner after that second half that you have against the Steelers. Oh, Jordan Love and this Packers offense, they've turned the corner.
That's true.
13 points against the Panthers here at home. And then you back that up and follow that up with 7 points against the Philadelphia Eagles. So we have thought that a couple of different times with this team this year. They have to go out there and they have to, again, we're going to see how this team handles the cold weather. That's the one question that still remains with this young team. How do they handle the cold? And we've had mild winters here in Wisconsin the last couple of years. It's going to be a harsh winter. If you want to win the division, and you only have one more home game after this against Baltimore, but if you want to win the division and host games here in January, this is the type of weather you're going to have to deal with.
Yeah.
Can they handle that? That's the next step in their evolution of this team, of them trying to get back to where they want to go.
Yeah, and a win today would certainly be a step in the right direction. It feels like they're the better team on paper, yes?
Yeah. But the strengths of the Chicago Bears team kind of match up with, some of these weaknesses. I think the Packers, big weakness, we've talked about it a number of times, is stopping the run, even though the numbers say, otherwise. The numbers say they're a top 10 team against the run, but clearly part of the strategy for teams who have been successful against the Packers, run the ball right at them.
Right.
So somewhere on film in the NFL, the blueprint is run the ball against the Packers and kind of shorten up. But again, I think they're going to be, we focus a lot on those weaknesses. This offense, no matter what game plan Matt LaFleur has, should be able to have success.
Yep.
The Bears passing defense, 32nd in explosive plays against the pass, 27th in explosive plays against the run. This is a team that gives up big plays, and no matter how Matt LaFleur and the Packers choose to attack it, they should have success. It just comes down to, can you stop the run? Because that's been the one thing that's prevented you from winning maybe a couple of games that you thought you were going to win this year.
Yeah, you're right about that. So we will see as we continue to preview this one. It's the Packers and the Bears with first place in the NFC North on the line. The Packers need to win a little bit worse than the Bears do because it just makes that December 20th date between these two teams that much bigger.
Well, and I will say this. I mean, that game, yes, is going to be big, and I know Rod Demovsky is not the only one I heard say this week, yeah, they probably split against the Bears. You don't want to split against the Bears.
Yeah, I agree.
And not just because it's the Bears,
but
if you split against the Bears, you're right back where you are before this game.
Yeah.
You're looking up at the Chicago Bears because of that, because of the tie that you have on your record.
And add in a couple of interesting games aside from the divisional opponents, right?
Yes.
Obviously, you end the season with Minnesota. You have these two against Chicago. You go to Denver next week, who's got the longest or second longest winning streak in football.
Second longest winning
behind
streak
New England. And then you host your final home game of the year against Baltimore at the end of December. And that's a team that could be desperately needing a win to get into the playoffs.
They're losing right now to the Steelers, by the way. But I think if the Packers want to win this division, you got to go 4-1 down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
You only have one more loss that you can take. And again, that's assuming you get a little bit of help from the Bears down the stretch as well. So you don't have a big room for margin for error if you still want to win the division. And it starts today with the Bears. You split against the Bears. If that one loss is against the Bears, that probably doesn't guarantee you win the division either, because the Bears have been playing good football. They've got the third longest winning streak
they sure do.
in all of football. So there are still a lot of things that, even though we feel better about this team because of what happens on Thanksgiving, you want to make sure you seize that momentum. You don't want to have happen what happened a couple of years ago on Thanksgiving. Going to Detroit, come away with a big win, only to stub your toe against the Giants coming out of that game. So I think they need to keep that momentum rolling, which has been an issue for this team over the last couple of years. Playing well and then being able to back that up and stack success.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. Distilled 6 times till it's just right. Tito's, known for great vodka, giving back, and doing good for dogs. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly. We've got Best Bets. We've got Gruber Law Office's One Call. We've got Courtney Cronin. All to get to in the 2 o'clock hour of Green Bay Game Day, which continues right after this.
We're back with Green Bay Game Day after this on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Hey, it's your friend John McGivern. In a world full of chaos, I'm grateful for a health plan that has my back. Network Health is so reliable and trustworthy, they always put me and over 126,000 members first. It's just what they do and what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
The holidays are the perfect time to thank the people who make your business shine. At Alpha Custom Apparel, we help you create custom gifts and branded apparel that show true appreciation. Whether it's polished polos for your sales team, cozy quarter zips for employees, or thoughtful giveaways for your best clients. We make it easy with fast turnaround, creative options, and Midwest service you can count on. This season, give gifts that build pride and strengthen relationships long after the holidays are over. Visit alphacustomapparel.com and start your holiday gifting today.
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I've got you covered. Hey, it's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee. With holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust Accutrans Group to handle all my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or a festive celebration, Accutrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
Score the top gifts for the Brewers fan in your life this holiday season. Set them up for an epic 2026 season with the all-new Brewers Holiday Bundle, featuring 4 ticket vouchers, loaded value concession credits, and an exclusive Brewers Holiday ornament, starting at just $99. Finish shopping for even the youngest Brewers fans with the 2026 Kids Crew Kit, including one-of-a-kind Brewers merch, 6 ticket vouchers, a ballpark tour, and more, all for just $35. Grab every Brewers Holiday gift today at brewers.com.
Green and gold fans, it's game day. And you know what that means. Tailgating with friends and raising a glass to our favorite team. This season, make Bacardi the star of your pregame party. Whether you're mixing up a classic Bacardi and cola, refreshing Bacardi lime and soda, or a smooth spiced and cola, Bacardi is the perfect pick for game day fun. Grab a bottle and get ready to cheer on Green Bay with the best in hand. Available now at your local retailer. Live passionately, drink responsibly. Bacardi USA, Miami, Florida. Run 40% alcohol by volume.
Homer here for Window Nation's end of the year sale. It's cold here in Milwaukee, and if you've been thinking about new windows, it's good you waited, because during Window Nation's end of the year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years. On windows that stop the cold wintry drafts, seal out moisture, and so energy efficient, you'll save money on your utility bills. Installed in 1 day. Lifetime warranty and an 8+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale ends soon. Don't miss out on big savings. WindowNation.com to get started.
This is Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
It is Green Bay Game Day. It is brought to you by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. I'm Alex Strouf alongside Gabe Neitzel on this chilly day outside of Lambeau Field. Head of a big one. It's Packers-Bears. Winner will be in first place of the NFC North, walking out of Lambeau Field this afternoon. The Packers are 6.5-point favorites. I love that this game feels big. I love that there's stakes. I love that the Bears, I kind of love it. I won't love it if the Bears win, but I love it going in because, seriously, it's been 12 years since these two teams played a meaningful game in the month of December, and it's supposed to be the greatest rivalry in sports, and it just hasn't been.
Well, I mean, and honestly, it very rarely has it been. Because you think, Jason, I think he said, 51-16?
Something like that,
51-14?
Since 92, yeah.
Since 1992. Like, the Packers have dominated. And guess what? In the 70s and 80s, the Bears dominated this rivalry.
Yeah.
Certainly there have been times, I think of 2007, the Packers went 13-3, but they went 0-2 against the Chicago Bears. Obviously,
I thought you were going to say, I think of 1921. back when this rivalry was even.
No, and in 2010, obviously this was huge because they ended up playing in the NFC Championship game. You mentioned 2013, but very rarely have there been games that were both these teams are making the playoffs. Like, even the years where the Bears have been good, the Packers have had down years. 2006, when the Bears go to a Super Bowl, the Packers were in a transition year with got you again with the fireworks, but they were in a transition year with Mike McCarthy as his first year as the head coach in Green Bay, and the Bears are good enough to go to a Super Bowl. They haven't, the paths have not crossed the way they have necessarily with the Lions the last couple of years, or even
Vikings.
Over the years, really with the Minnesota Vikings, where they've had their back and forths, winning the division, going back and forth.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Oh boy, big one today at Lambeau Field, and it's fun that they tie up twice in 2 or 3 weeks. Because, and like we talked about a little bit before, the Packers need a win today, because if you split with the Bears. Yeah, well, I don't know that you're going to win the division.
You're right back to where you started, right? You're going to be, no matter what, if you both, you're going to be looking up at them in the division more than likely if you split 2 of the next 3 games with them. So you need to win both, and it starts today, putting your best foot forward at home, which is unfortunately not something the Packers have done the last 2 times they've been inside Lambeau Field.
Outside of the Vikings game.
Outside of the Vikings game.
Obviously, but the losses in back-to-back weeks to Carolina and Philadelphia when you couldn't put up any points. Concerning. Seems like they've turned a corner. We will see today. All right, joining us now is the ESPN NFL Nation reporter covering the Chicago Bears. Our friend Courtney Cronin joins us now on Green Bay Game Day from inside Lambeau Field. Good afternoon, Courtney.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Life is good. We're a little chilly, though. How are you? Are you inside? Are you in the heat?
I am. I just got up to the press box not too long ago, so trying to get myself situated here. Very happy that I will be indoors because I know it's 17 degrees now. That's what my watch says, and I'm sure you guys are feeling it down there. But it's going to be pitch black by an hour into this game, and I know the temperatures are going to drop. So definitely, if you're bundled up, I would imagine that would be enjoyable if you have enough layers on. But for me, there's never enough layers, so I'm happier inside.
So, Courtney, you're going to have to help me with this because usually when you lead the league in turnovers, your defense is in the top 10. How is the Bears defense able to force that many turnovers, yet they're still 25th in the league in points?
Yeah, I think that, and it's doing it without a consistent pass rush, which is the most impressive part of that. And a lot of that credit has to go to Dennis Allen for how, there's a reason that Ben Johnson sought after him as a one of his top defensive coordinator candidates and landed him. He has head coaching experience. He's the head coach of the defense, and he's creative. His blitz packages, blitz percentage, all those years from New Orleans carrying into Chicago, one of top 10 in pressure rate because of the ways that he's able to generate it. And I think you've seen that, especially last week in Philly when they ran dime 23 times and they pressured on third down 10 times out of that package. And you start to see what that does to the back end of your defense, and it creates those opportunities for someone like Kevin Byard to come across the middle of the field when you can trick a quarterback and read where his eyes are going. And same thing with Nushan Wright, who's been a tremendous part of this defense, not just from the interception perspective, but from forced fumbles, overall takeaways. They've had to get creative because up front they lack. And that is, something that Montez Sweat has certainly gotten better at. He's forced, he's been a part of that, for 4 straight games, directly affecting whether it's a forced fumble recovery, a sack, all those things. But that's pretty much it. Outside of him, you're not seeing, with their 4 down linemen, much pressure getting generated from this defensive line. So they've had to get creative, and the way that they've done that has allowed them to lead the league in takeaways right now. Certainly it doesn't feel super sustainable when you look at some of the holes elsewhere on defense, but they are getting healthy. That's a difference today. They come in with TJ Edwards, haven't had him in about a month, haven't had Noah Sewell, their other starting linebacker, in 2 games. Tremaine Edmonds remains on IR, but they're starting to, like last week it was Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon. This week they get 2 linebackers back. So for their sake, they feel like their health is trending in the right direction because this defense has not played fully together healthy all year long. And it might be a couple weeks till that happens, but they're getting in the right direction of going there.
Courtney Cronin of ESPN with us here on Green Bay Game Day talking Packers-Bears, which is just under an hour away from kickoff here at Lambeau Field. Courtney, let's go to the other side of the ball because I saw the quote from Ben Johnson that was making the rounds on social media this week about winning in spite of a not really having a passing game. What should Packers fans expect from Caleb Williams when it comes to through the air, and how has he been this season?
He's been inaccurate. I think that's the story of his second season so far, where there have been moments like against the Cowboys, against the Steelers, against the Bengals, where he's on the money, but he's not doing that consistently throughout the game. It's like he saves his best for last. Like when we watched that Cole Kmet touchdown in the fourth quarter after he threaded the needle a couple drives before that to Colston Loveland on third down. Like he picks his spots with it, but he has been inaccurate in places that he normally hasn't been. Certainly some of those throws on the run when he breaks contain, he's even said, like, I'm not used to missing on these throws. And I think it's only so much you can do in season of getting on the same page with receivers. It might be a mechanics thing that he has to work on in the offseason, but they can mitigate that by running the ball as effectively as they did last week in Philly, as effectively as they did in the win against the Cincinnati Bengals, and really throughout the season. Like, they were one of the worst rushing offenses weeks 1 through 4. It had the early bye, which was a blessing for Ben Johnson to be able to have a 4-game sample size to figure out what wasn't working, to then become the number 2 rushing offense in the NFL. And as the quarterback is trying to figure it out, sometimes he's on, sometimes he's not. I think you lean on that element instead of having to rely on a passing game that sometimes doesn't travel. And we know that in December, good defense and great run games travel, and right now that's what they have.
Courtney, what is it about Ben Johnson that the entire team bought in on? Because you watch the post-game videos that the Bears are always posting. Last week he takes off his shirt. Everybody's going crazy. He has the good, better, best, the kind of chanting back and forth that he does with the team. And I don't know if that necessarily would play everywhere, but it has this year for the Bears because they've all bought in. What about him has made the team all buy in and believe in his message?
There's a competent adult in the room. And as cut and dry as that sounds, I think that players needed that. They needed to feel like they had somebody who not only had their back in games when things, don't go right, or, when you are in a situation where you don't feel like you had the best coaching. Now they have that, and now they're in a situation where they're rallying behind somebody who has done it at a high level. Remember, that team, in Detroit that he was the offensive coordinator of, won a lot of games. And when you have proof of concept, I think it's easier for guys to buy in. So I take a look at, like the Matt LaFleur comment that he made earlier in the, when he got hired and all that. I look forward to coming up here and beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. He was placating to the fans, obviously. He knows how important that rivalry is. But I also think that's somebody who very seriously took it as, we need to change things. Like, if you want this to be a real rivalry again, you need to act like it, and you need to coach like it, you need to play like it. And so he set the tone with that, and I think players kind of perked up because of what they were used to with the last coaching staff. It certainly wasn't as this intense. The accountability factor, the coaching hard factor, he's been pretty consistent about it throughout the time that we've known him, from like the first day of training camp where he throws the first team offense out of a drill because they couldn't get lined up properly. Like, it's a no nonsense approach, but it's an approach that players buy into because they're starting to see results with it. And I think it's easier to do that when you're winning. You're right. Like, if they were a losing team, that probably wouldn't hit the way that it does when he's, after the biggest win this franchise has had in about 5 years, ripping his shirt off, like after the Eagles game. Like, that's not going to work if you're a team that's all over the place this year. But 5 wins in a row, first place in the NFC North. Like, you've got people who are buying in and believing within this locker room that they have the right coach to get them where they want to go goal-wise.
Courtney Cronin spending a couple more minutes with her here on Green Bay Game Day ahead of Packers-Bears. Alex Strouf, Gabe Neitzel with you from the Tundra Trio just outside of Lambeau Field. Courtney, it seems like the recipe to success for Green Bay is very simple. Limit turnovers, try to stop the Bears' running game. That should lead to success. If we were to flip it and say, how did the Bears come into Lambeau and get an upset win today, how could you make that in its most simplistic form for the Bears to win?
Can you repeat that question real quick?
Yes, of course. I said, Courtney, for the Packers, it seems like it's just two things that they need to do that will help them win today, and that is stop the Bears' running game, limit turnovers offensively. On the flip side, what's Chicago's keys to success to get a win today?
So, I mean, I think the whole opportunistic defense part is forcing Jordan Love into throwing one of those wild interceptions that he doesn't throw a lot of. But when he does, it's like, oh, my God, every single one of them, I think, 3 on the season? Correct. Every one you look at and you're like, what was he thinking there? Can the Bears do that? Can they get enough pressure up front, or can they do something to disguise a coverage to bait a very smart and very accurate and very good big throw quarterback into trying to take that deep shot and getting maybe a little too carried away with it? Like, I think that what you look at last week, because we know he's the best quarterback right now on third down. This Bears defense is the worst third down pressure percentage. I look at what happened in Philly, though, and all of those dime packages that they ran on third down, and how unsuccessful Philly was in converting third downs there against a 6 DB look. Like, that's what I would rely on today, because I think that has a carryover effect to try to get the Packers out of a rhythm. And then up front on offense, I mean, they've got a numbers game. They've got the advantage on the offensive line with the amount of defensive line injuries the Packers are dealing with. Obviously, without Devontae Wyatt, they're going to want to run the ball. Like, some of those parting of the Red Sea moments that we saw last week in Philly, I think can carry over. Like, look for that right side of the offensive line. Darnell Wright has been playing at a Pro Bowl level. Jonah Jackson, Drew Dahlman, Joe Tooney have been incredible in additions on the interior of the offensive line. Like, they are such a big part in establishing the tone today so this run game can be as effective as it was before.
How big of a deal is it that Odunze is not playing today?
I think it's a pretty big deal. I know that he and Caleb, he's their leading receiver, but I know he and Caleb have had struggles getting on the same page this year. It's a jarring thing because he hasn't missed a game so far. It's an injury with his foot that's been a nagging thing he's dealt with for a while this season. So in the context of today, in the context of the next couple of weeks, they want him healthy, but this is a passing offense that's struggling to get on track. And when you don't have your top weapon to help you get there, I do think it's concerning, but it should be a big day for Luther Burden. I mean, he's earned these targets. The target share from Odunze will get divvied up, and I think he will have a pretty big opportunity to have a breakout game today.
Courtney Cronin, ESPN NFL Nation reporter, covering the Bears. Courtney, we appreciate the insight and the time.
Yeah, thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
She will stay warm in the press box while me and Gabe continue to freeze a little bit outside of Lambeau.
Yeah, I don't blame her. Again, we were trying to get her to come over here, and it just didn't work out. And again, I don't blame her for not wanting to spend any more time outside.
He was shivering by the end.
He was literally shivering by the time he was done here today. That's But again, this is also what makes this game a lot more fun today.
Yeah, you're right.
To have it again later in the season, obviously because more's on the line, but this feels more Packers-Bearsy than having a game in the middle of September.
Agreed. No argument for me on that one. Hey, that iconic click of a Zippo lighter, you know it anywhere. Zippo, built to last, designed to stand out. From new finishes to hand warmers, candles, and accessories, you can grab your Zippo gear now at Sweet Fire Tobacco and Tundra Smoke Shops, or shop online at Zippo.com. That's Zippo.com for our friends at Zippo. Closer and closer to kickoff we get between the Bears and the Packers. We take a look at our best bets presented by Island Resort and Casino. We make our Gruber Law Offices one call. That's coming up next on Green Bay Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Day will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
It's a sound you've heard in movies and music for generations. The unmistakable click of a Zippo lighter. Built to last, designed to be noticed. But Zippo is more than a lighter. It's a lifestyle. From sleek new finishes to hand warmers, candles, and accessories, Zippo brings that same legendary quality to everything they make. And now, you don't have to go far to find it. Discover Zippo lighters and more, available now at Sweet Fire Tobacco and Tundra Smoke Shops. Check us out in-store or online at Zippo.com.
Hey sports fans, looking to level up your next private event? V Private Bar Services is your game changer. Move beyond the ordinary. V Private Bar Services crafts custom cocktails tailored to your brand and your guests' taste. Imagine a bar experience that's as unique as your business. Our expert mixologists will create a memorable experience that your clients and team will rave about. From signature cocktails to full-service bars, we've got you covered. Be the MVP of your next event. Visit theprivatebar.com to book today.
One of the best things about the holidays is going home and spending time with family and friends. One of the worst things, getting there. Holiday travel can be tough, especially driving. If you or a loved one needs help after an accident this holiday season, we're here for you. Our top-notch team of experienced professionals is available 24/7. Be safe this holiday season. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Experience the excellence of Catholic Memorial High School for yourself. Come see how students gain a competitive edge at CMH. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule a VIP tour or Student Shadow Day. Meet the inspiring teachers, welcoming students, and feel the energy of the CMH culture, where all students achieve more than they ever imagined possible. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule your visit. That's CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School in Waukesha, where you rise.
Crisp air, cozy sweaters, and a home that's actually ready for fall. Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Don't let your home be the only thing falling apart this season. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. Exterior Pros and Baths, because your house deserves a little sweater weather too.
This season, give gifts that are always a win. Island Resort and Casino gift cards, gaming and dining, poolside fun, and overnight stays. Gift cards unlock endless island adventures, like championship golf rounds on Sweetgrass and Sage Run, a blissful escape to the Drift Spa, and an unforgettable evening in the Island Showroom. To buy Island Resort and Casino gift cards, stop by the Island Club or call 877-ISL-SHOW now.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at wipga.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at Bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Let's go. It's Green Bay Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. I got to be honest, I'm impressed my mouth and voice is still working, given how cold I am.
Yeah, it's not great. But, hey, you got to find a way to keep that.
Wait, are you referring to me not being great or the cold not being great?
No, the cold not being great. Yeah, because, you're going into the game. You've got to figure out a way to keep that voice alive and well for another 3+ hours here, pal.
Yeah, I'm gonna be yelling. I don't know if I'll have a voice tomorrow, but I certainly
seems like something you should worry about tomorrow.
Tomorrow, bingo. You got it, my friend. You got it. All right, hey, the Island Resort and Casino, premier resort destination, the largest north of Milwaukee, with everything you'd like to do in one awesome location. Visit islandresortandcasino.com to book your total experience today. And I've got. I'm a big believer these days, Gabe, given that my winning streak is not going on right now, that in the KISS method. You're familiar with the KISS method.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Jordan Love over 218.5 yards passing. That's it. I think they're going to sling that rock a little bit today. The return of Jaden Reed.
I understand. I don't know if they're going to sling it. Because, again,
they're
the Bears...
They're going to try to establish the run. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, because the Bears are they're equal opportunity in terms of giving up yards. Giving up yards through the air, giving up yards through the ground. They're very equal opportunity. But I do like that because, again, this offense, I have been a big proponent of them throwing the football more, or at least being that aggressive, having that forward-facing idea. when you look at what they did last week against Detroit, 30 passes, 30 runs. But it just felt different while you were watching the game.
It did.
And I think they can still achieve that balance that Matt LaFleur is looking for by still being a little bit more pass conscious, I guess would be the best way to put it. Just kind of, okay, we're putting Jordan Love in really good opportunities, and then you can still marry together some of the concepts that he wants to marry together.
All right, Gabriel, it is that time of the show. It is time for us to make our one call, which, of course, is brought to you by Gruber Law Offices. Gabe, one thing you think will happen in this one today, Packers-Bears coming up at 3:25.
After the Packers play, enter Sandman at some point in the fourth quarter, Micah Parsons gets a sack.
I love that call. That's tremendous. And if you
That's the call.
Have no idea what Gabe is talking about, head over to channel3000.com. Jason Wilde with a really
click
good
that Packers thing. It's right on the top of the page. Just click Packers, and then you're going to be able to find Jason's story.
On Enter Sandman and Micah Parsons and Jeff Hafley. It's a great story that Jason told us about last hour when he joined us. And we will see if the Stadium Ops guys come through for us. But if they do, I will be cheering very loudly. Love that Micah Parsons call. I said it after the game last week, Gabe, and I know we talk about him every week. Probably not as much as we should, but we do. I still struggle to believe he's a Green Bay Packer.
Yeah.
2.5 sacks on Thanksgiving against Detroit. He's just awesome.
Well, again, and showing up in, and we haven't talked at all today, but he's also a crazy person.
Oh, big time, man.
But in a way that I absolutely love, because he's manufacturing disrespect coming from the Chicago Bears. And again, you can jump on social media if you're a player, any player in the NFL, and probably find some hate online about you, even if you're as great as Micah Parsons is. And maybe that's what he's doing to fuel his motivation. But stepping up today and using some colorful language to describe the disrespect that he's been feeling. Yeah. And he wants to make sure that he goes out there and proves everybody wrong. If that's what you got to do, Micah, that's what you got to do. Go out and do it, bud.
I compared it to like method acting, right? So when actors get into character and they pretend to be the character 24/7, like I feel like Micah Parsons is pretending to be the Joker, right? Like, well, they disrespected me, Bobby Boucher, right? Like, just insane. Nobody disrespected you, Micah Parsons. You're one of the best players in all of football. What are you talking about, dude? So amazing. Love Micah Parsons. Excited to see what he does today against the Chicago Bears. My one call. Jayden Reed gets in the end zone in his return game. I think we get a Jayden Reed touchdown. I don't know how much of Jayden Reed we will see today, but I think he scores a touchdown in his return game.
See, I hear Jason talk about, he'll be on a pitch count.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is Christian Watson.
Yeah.
All right, I feel that Jaden's going to be closer to his – and again, I say this just to kind of point it out. In his career, he's played 57.7% of the snaps. So he's played under 60% of the snaps. He works out of the slot. I'm expecting him to be around that 60% number of Packers offensive snaps today.
Yep.
Because, again, just the way that they use him typically, it's kind of limiting anyway. So I don't think he's going to be on a huge pitch count, and we're not going to see him out there a ton. Again, that was the plan for Christian Watson.
Yep.
Ended up not following through with it. I think Jaden's chomping at the bit, ready to go, and I think we're going to see him make an impact today.
Hey, Gruber Law Offices has a reputation for winning. Their experienced and powerful team works tirelessly to help people and families seriously injured in accidents by providing the best care and service. There is never a fee until your case is won. Gruber Law Offices has been serving the people in the state of Wisconsin for over 35 years. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all. And while we're talking about, making some selections and elevating your game-watching experience, I got to tell you about Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code GKB. That's code GKB. You'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's my code GKB. With Prize Picks, get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. We wrap up Green Bay game day after this with some final thoughts and analysis. Ahead of Packers-Bears, winner will be in first place of the NFC North. That's coming up next on Green Bay Game Day.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Day will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
There's a holiday gift out there that everyone loves. It's compact, tasty, and one size fits all. It's a Cousin Subs gift card. Make your life a little easier. Give your friends and family a better gift this holiday season. Purchase $30 in gift cards today at your favorite Cousin Subs location and receive a certificate for a free 7.5-inch sub. Oh man, that's the gift that keeps on giving. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Hey, it's Alex Strouf. When it's game day, every detail matters, from the perfect seat on the couch to the perfect spread on the table. For over 125 years, Coops has been bringing incredible flavor to the table with 14 bold mustard flavors that turn good food great and great food amazing. Whether it's brats, burgers, or pretzels at halftime, Coops isn't your ordinary mustard. It's extraordinary mustard. So this football season, bring the bold, bring the flavor, bring Coops. Coops Mustard, spreading the love since 1897.
The holidays are the perfect time to thank the people who make your business shine. At Alpha Custom Apparel, we help you create custom gifts and branded apparel that show true appreciation. Whether it's polished polos for your sales team, cozy quarter zips for employees, or thoughtful giveaways for your best clients. We make it easy with fast turnaround, creative options, and Midwest service you can count on. This season, give gifts that build pride and strengthen relationships long after the holidays are over. Visit alphacustomapparel.com and start your holiday gifting today.
Kringle, all I want for Christmas is you.
Dad!
What?
We talked about this. Yeah, your jingle for your Kringle entry last year was so lame that Racine Danish Kringle banned you from their contest.
I thought it was only a one holiday season ban.
It was a lifetime ban.
Well, I guess I'm out, but here's how you can enter our ESPN Wisconsin Racine Danish Kringle Jingle for Your Kringle contest on Wilde and Tausch. Submit your own original jingle to ESPNWisconsinContest.com. Then we'll pick the most creative songs, and our grand prize winner will get Kringle for a year. Make sure you include Racine Danish Kringle. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition in your jingle. If you don't want to sing, but you still want to celebrate the holidays with Racine Danish Kringle, call 800-4DANISH or visit Kringle.com and order their all-new flavor, Peppermint Brownie Kringle.
Racine Danish Kringle, such a tasty, yummy treat with a flaky crust and sweet icing. It's the best thing you can eat.
Oh, like that's so much better than mine.
Well, at least we're not off key.
Homer here for Window Nation's end of the year sale. It's cold here in Milwaukee, and if you've been thinking about new windows, it's good you waited, because during Window Nation's end of the year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years. On windows that stop the cold wintry drafts, seal out moisture, and so energy efficient, you'll save money on your utility bills. Installed in 1 day. Lifetime warranty and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale ends soon. Don't miss out on big savings. WindowNation.com to get started.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
Everyone wants the Emirates NBA Cup.
The temperature is rising.
30 teams started.
Bang!
But only 8 have advanced to the single elimination knockout rounds. To survive, they'll have to be hungry, relentless, ruthless.
Are you kidding me?
They all want the cup, but only one team can claim it. Who will capture the cup? Emirates NBA Cup knockout rounds begin Tuesday on Prime.
Welcome back to Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Wrapping up Green Bay Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Alex Strouf, Gabe Neitzel hanging out with you at the Tundra Trio just outside of Lambeau Field. And we've really let this fly under the radar. Will Summers is our producer, Gabe.
Okay.
Will does a great job. He's a really talented producer. He makes us sound good. He has us prepared. He dings himself even. Wow, he's just very humble too. He's a Bears fan.
Yep.
So I'm actually going to be asking him today's Lakeland University trivia question.
Okay.
Trivia brought to you by Lakeland University, Wisconsin's leader in flexible, personalized education. Whether you're just starting college, finishing your degree, or balancing work and family, Lakeland lets you earn your degree your way. Lakeland University, experience it your way. Will, do you by chance know what Matt LaFleur's record is as a head coach against the Chicago Bears?
Is 11-1, I believe.
You are correct. Yes, very well done. You get the trivia question correct. 11-1. Talk about ownership.
I was right.
Talk about ownership. I just owned Will, and Matt LaFleur owns the Bears, and we're having a good time.
I was
as we wrap up.
But at what cost?
Yeah, exactly. Well said. All right, Gabe. Final thoughts out of Packers-Bears.
Again, it's a simple, and it's one of those things that's easier said than done. This is a team for the Bears that had 281 yards rushing against the Philadelphia Eagles. And look, Vic Fangio is a really good defensive coordinator. He's a proud guy. And the fact that they were able to run for 281 yards and not come up with some sort of solution for the Philadelphia Eagles a week ago is concerning for me as a Packers fan, because they're beat up on that defensive line. I think that the Packers are going to have to sell out a little bit more, play some more man-to-man coverage than they're used to in order to stop the run. But that's the most important thing in today's game. Can Jeff Hafley get his team in a position where they're able to stop the run and force Caleb Williams to make some throws in a cold weather environment today?
I'm running out of time, so I'm just going to say this. Green Bay game night coming up immediately after the game. Homer Tausch, Gary Ellerson, Jason Wilde. I will leave you with this. How many times must we take this disgrace? Another Bears fan throwing insults in our face. The Packers are the greatest team to ever play the game, even though from time to time they play a little lame. How could you ever love a team with Jim McMahon? Not even Porky Pig was as big a ham. They've got a reputation that's mostly based on luck. The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck. All right, that will do it for us on Green Bay Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Packers-Bears coming up in a half an hour. And a reminder to tune into Green Bay Game Night immediately following the game. Gabe, good job today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll talk to you next week on Green Bay Game Day.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by Fifth Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
It's the holiday season, the best time of the year for sports. Bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes, it's all happening at once. Hey, it's Mark Tauscher with ESPN Wisconsin, and there's one place where it always feels good to be right. Prize Picks. It's the simplest way to play daily fantasy. Make your player picks in less than 60 seconds. Just choose more or less on at least 2 player stats. You get them right, you can cash in. And new this season, early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you might be able to cash out before the game even ends. And with stacks, you could pick the same player up to 3 times in one lineup. Like more on Giannis's rebounds, points, threes, assists. You can only do that on Prize Picks. Deposits are fast and easy with Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Ben Brust here, and let's cut the crap. I've been sold a lie with sportswear, too. You pay a fortune for big-name gear, a fancy logo, and a slogan, and it still stinks. Then I found Iron Jock, and now it's all I wear. It's built on science. Their silver ion technology is woven right into the fabric. It kills 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria, and it never washes out, ever. Right now, you can get 40% off your Iron Jock gear. Use code CHRISTMAS40. That's code CHRISTMAS40 for 40% off your order. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. It's hard to believe the holidays are almost here. We want to say thank you to our clients we helped in 2025. You are why we love what we do. Our why is simple: to make a real difference for people who feel stuck, frustrated, or ignored, and give them the tools they need to succeed. We helped Cheryl clean up 2 years of QuickBooks so her business could see a path to a bright future when she now had good financial information in her hands. We helped Nate fix a tax mess with the IRS created by one of those national firms and saved him $103,000 in penalties plus another $152,000 in taxes because we know the tax law. Imagine the stress lifted off your shoulders after you talk with us. You earned it. We help you keep it. Call us now at 414-325-2040 to arrange a meeting to see if we can help you. Don't wait. Call now. That's 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net.
Score the top gifts for the Brewers fan in your life this holiday season. Set them up for an epic 2026 season with the all-new Brewers Holiday Bundle, featuring 4 ticket vouchers, loaded value concession credits, and an exclusive Brewers Holiday ornament, starting at just $99. Finish shopping for even the youngest Brewers fans with the 2026 Kids Crew Kit, including one-of-a-kind Brewers merch, 6 ticket vouchers, a ballpark tour, and more, all for just $35. Grab every Brewers Holiday gift today at brewers.com.
Crisp air, cozy sweaters, and a home that's actually ready for fall. Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Don't let your home be the only thing falling apart this season. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. Exterior Pros and Baths, because your house deserves a little sweater weather too.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle Bruston Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
4:10 to score, 2:24 to go. Tua Tagovailoa, 127 yards and a touchdown. The Saints have a narrow lead on the Buccaneers, 24-20. Tyler Shuck, 144 yards and a rushing TD. That came at the 2-minute warning. The Jaguars blowing out the Colts, 36-13, 4:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. Colts QB Daniel Jones going out with an Achilles injury in the first half in that one, will not return, in a tough break for Daniel Jones. Trevor Lawrence, 244 yards and a pair of touchdowns in that one. Travis Etienne has found the end zone twice as well. The Steelers holding a narrow lead on the Ravens, 27-22, 4:24 to go in the fourth quarter. Aaron Rodgers is thrown for a touchdown, run for another.